Ladies and gentlemen, followers and subs, please welcome back to the Bad Game Hall of Fame stage, Cassidy!
Thank you very much! Thank you, everyone. Oh, you're too kind, you're too kind. So, what's the deal with comedian games? You have a career in comedy, now you want to get into video games? What's up with that? I tell you, I got all sorts of jokes on video games. I tell you, why are there no cars in Minecraft? The roads are all blocked off. What does Laura Croft eat for dinner? Croft macaroni and cheese. Your mama's so fat she's got enough chins for 99 range. That's a RuneScape joke, apparently. I'm quoting from our holy book, our holy scripture, the 300 video game jokes book, the hardcover edition I have printed out. And that was a RuneScape joke, apparently. So if there's any RuneScape fans in attendance, you tell me if that was a funny joke or not.
I think that one might have fallen flat. It was one of those. It takes a while. It takes a while for it to.
That some jokes have a habit of doing that. Yeah, it's a real thinker, real stumper. Welcome, everyone. Howdy. Welcome to the Comedian Game Stream. This will be a no-joke stream. You know that as video game preservationists, we are deathly serious. So even when we're talking about games centered around comedians from back in the day, we got to treat these seriously. So, comedians, we have a tendency as a society, as a culture, to prop them up in ways that are probably not necessarily due. They're sort of as rock stars, as truth tellers, speaking the power. I've always thought that shit was lame, but when you give them too much of an ego, when you build them up too much in culture, you get video game tie-ins, and that's what we're going to go through today. Doing a little bit of a history of this subgenre of game, but it spans every genre. Comedian games can be platformers, they can be platformers, they can be platformers, they can be a fighting game, they could be a platformer, or they can be some weird FMV thing that defies genre convention, and we'll run the whole gamut.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, my friend. Be very careful. Oy vey. Alright. First one on our list. This might very well be the first comedian video game, unless there's some, mainframe style game that existed before 1984.
Like Charlie Chaplin for 2.
Well, we actually have a Charlie Chaplin game here today, believe it or not. But that'll come later than that. It actually is a 1988 game. This is 84, though, and this is The Three Stooges, the arcade game. And I believe this was developed by Milestar Electronics. So, the leading name in video games to this day. And I will get this up.
What Milestar Electronics game are you looking for this year?
Probably the Four Stooges. I really want to see what they do with the, mix things up.
It's about time. It's about time they added another Stooge. The series has been stagnating since, like, the 20s.
Better late than never.
Yeah. Are the Three Stooges in public domain? No, they can't be.
No, not as of yet.
Not yet.
So I believe this is a 3-player game. I'm just going to play this one solo. And let me know if it's too loud, because MAME is too loud usually. But so I guess the official name of this game is The Three Stooges in Brides is Brides. So I don't know if that's the name of an actual movie that they were in. I'm not up on my Stooge trivia, which may be a problem later. We'll see when we get there.
My favorite Stooge is Will Sasso.
I'm a Shemp fan. All right, so we're just getting a feel for the mechanics here. This has sampled audio.
Oh wait, I need to hear this. There we go.
There you go. Pies and slapping stooges will stun you. Villains with hammers and cops will knock you out. Who's who, what's what, and what it's worth. That's a tongue twister. Try saying that 2 times fast.
Which is what. Nope. Couldn't say it. Half
Who's
the time
who,
fast.
what's what, and what it's worth. Who's who, what's what, and what it's worth. All right, I still got it. So I'm putting a coin in. Some last-second reminders. The classic.
Curly's drowning. Someone save him.
Oh, so we lingered long enough that it actually selected Mo, because if you press a button in MAME, it automatically selects Larry for you in most cases. Oh, actually, I can't control Mo. Oh. So we might have a problem after all. Let me... So, this would be a cabinet that had, like, 3 controls on it, like 3 joysticks and sets of buttons. And depending on which one you activate, that's the player you take control of. So I realize now that I messed up by not selecting a character.
Sort of like the Simpsons arcade game.
Wiggle your joystick. I mean, it's impressive, to an extent, that they have sampled audio here in 1884.
Oh, sampled audio. Okay.
Okay, can I skip this? All right, good. Let's try that again with interactivity this time.
Okay.
There we go.
Stand in front of the stooge you want to select and wiggle his joystick. Don't wiggle his joystick in public.
So I had little factoids on some of the comedians we were going to cover tonight. Yes. I didn't bother with the Three Stooges because I think we both watch Hats Off Entertainment, so I think we're both Stooge experts based on that alone. But I will say that they...
I have no idea what channel you're talking about.
Oh, I thought I had you. I thought I had you watching a video of that with me. It's a channel that does like a lot of like old comedies they cover, and like histories of forgotten comedy movies, vintage comedy movies. They have a great video on Buster Keaton and Leslie Nielsen. It's a highly recommended channel. I'm doing quite bad at this game. I don't know if I highly recommend this game or not.
Z-Reserve asks if there's any sound we're missing on. So, is it going out to OBS?
I absolutely see the VAC lighting up my audio inputs. Do they mean like when we're talking? Is everyone else hearing audio? Now you got me paranoid. I see all my dials. I see all my lights lighting up. So,
Pear says, it's very quiet. Here King says, brief sound effects. Granted, during gameplay here, there's just some like
it's relatively sparse,
squirt,
but
squirt. Yeah.
Let's try it like this.
Did you hear him go, whoa, whoa?
So we got to get these keys. That's the objective, and kind of like a wrecking crew, we're also going around breaking stuff. Give me something to break. In the words of
I gotta be
honest,
I have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. Despite how relatively small the sprites are, they're still too big for this game, for this screen. I need to break one more piece of furniture and hope there's a key behind it. Because I don't think the other characters can pick up keys. Or maybe they can. Oh, no, there it is.
You know what this feels like? Imagine that someone, for some reason, decided to make a Three Stooges movie, say in like 2012 or something, right?
Oh, yeah. Perish the thought.
There was like a scene where one of them was like playing a video game or something. This feels like it would be the fake video game they would have made for the movie. Like, this would have been some sort of meta joke about, like, boy, this game's terrible, isn't it, Mo, or whatever.
Is it going to start me off at the beginning of the game again?
It's an arcade game, so yeah, probably.
They let me continue the first time from where I left off, which was, admittedly, the first stage.
I mean, you could tell me that this is level 1 again, or you could tell me that we're now on level 5, and I would not be, I would be none the wiser.
There's no places to run here.
I am Headful is very disappointed at the lack of onion soup minigame, or oyster soup minigame.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah. Well, I guess, to be clear, if you're familiar with the Three Stooges video game, you're probably not familiar with this Three Stooges video game, because they are different.
Yeah, the Cinemaware one is something. They sure ported it to gosh damn near everything.
Keep It Weird describes this as food fight, but more convoluted. Which, yeah, you might be right. I'm getting some food fight vibes from this.
I think I just hit that dog in the face with a pie and it gave it a bruise, a comical bruise on its head.
I like that small Dr. Robotnik that's running around.
That's the waiter who I think refills the tables with pies. The pies being your primary offense here to stun opponents. Oh! Great! It was just like watching a movie. This certainly is abstract. I mean,
I'm waiting for the hamster release of this, the arcade archive.
There's a little musical cue there, so I did something good, I think. We're not going to play this for too much longer. Trust me.
I have said it before about other games. Maybe not necessarily on stream, but just other games in general. This game feels fake.
I don't know what the little pegs are.
This game feels extremely fake.
Can I go through the wall? No. Wow. Do we do that stage a second time? Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Oh, the pies ricochet off the walls. That changes everything.
I thought that like homed on him or something.
That one didn't bounce off the wall for some reason. It's inconsistent. That one did, though.
Maybe it's not bouncing off the walls. Maybe that's just, like, bad heat detection.
Oh, the cop is actually breaking the walls for me, which is handy, because I can just do this. No, I can't toss it from behind the table. I died. The same time I picked up the key, I got hit with a pie.
Is that an Omega symbol at the end?
It's like a space.
I guess, yeah.
Bah!
Man.
That was Three Stooges from 1984. Thank you, Milestar Electronics. You done did it. Oh, boy. Well, if that's where we're starting from, it's only going to get better tonight, maybe? I don't know. Maybe that was fine. For 84, that was fine. I think we're just spoiled by, so much better. The decades of Three Stooges games to follow, which was really has kept on iterating on the formula. Next, from 1985, it's Benny Hill's Madcap Chase for the ZX Spectrum, which was developed by, thank you, by Don Priestley, who I believe also made the Popeye ZX Spectrum game. I think I briefly mentioned this one in our article on Popeye for Switch, badgamehalloffame.com/Popeye. Benny Hill, you probably all know him, viewers of most ages, viewers that were not, that are not 80 years old watching, may remember Benny Hill for the song on his show, The Benny Hill Show.
Yeah,
maybe you've heard of it.
That song, exactly like that song.
But let me get this launched, and I'll maybe go into some of my profile on him that I have here. Am I playing this in you? Yeah, I'm playing it here. Show it. All right, then you should probably see this as well.
All right.
And this is a ZX Spectrum game, so, fair warning to folk that it's going to look and sound like a ZX Spectrum game. Oh, I think I got to press enter. And maybe this one needs boosting audio as well, because I think it might be pretty quiet, so let me go ahead and set that up. Oh. Joystick would be ideal. A Kempston, sure. Beautiful. Yeah. All right. I warned y'all, ZX Spectrum. And I played a little bit of this, so I kind of know what I'm doing. The goal, as I recall, at least for this first level, is to make it from point A of the stage to point B, steal some women's underwear, and then go back to the other side of the screen.
He looks like a math teacher.
Well, funnily enough, Don Priestley, I believe, was a school teacher before he briefly got into. So maybe he chose to do a little bit of self-portrait here for.
Yeah.
But yeah, Benny Hill was alive 1924 to 1992. And yeah, his program ran from 55 to 89 on British television, and across the world, globally successful. It was, I think, the most watched program in the UK for a number of years. They had like 21 million viewers in the year 1971, which is a fair bit, more than you would expect for some really hacky shit, if we're being honest here. There we go. That's 1 point.
So a fun thing that whatever your emulator you're using is that when it streams to Discord, when you go to like certain screens, it'll reset the streaming out to me thing. So I'm still seeing it, but I have to keep telling Discord over and over again that I want to actually see this. It's like, you're sure you want to watch Benny Hill on the ZX Spectrum?
Very
Is that what
cool.
you're doing with your life on a Saturday night? Folks, thanks for joining us.
So I remember, I'm a comedy fan. You know, we joke about telling jokes on here and not telling jokes and all that sort of stuff, but I consider myself a fan of comedy. And one of my favorite programs is Mr. Show with Bob and David, to the point where I own the DVDs of said show, which have commentary tracks on them. And David Cross is a man who despises Benny Hill, who thinks this shit isn't funny, which he's right. And he recalls an incident where a fan came up to him. He's like, "You're David Cross, right? You know, like, two of my favorite shows, the two best comedy shows, Mr. Show and Benny Hill." And that being apparently very disappointing to David Cross, that someone who could enjoy Benny Hill could also enjoy Mr. Show. Someone on that comedy wavelength. Notice how we lose score every time we bump into an object, by the way.
Yes.
And how it's basically impossible to not bump into objects here. I have clothes. Can I put them in the...
Why does this woman want to stop you from, like, doing your laundry?
I don't think it's my laundry, Charkie. I think it might be hers. I think we're stealing her undergarments.
Why does she want to stop you from doing her laundry? That seems like that's like really convenient. Someone comes around and like does your laundry for you.
Yeah, it's a door-to-door service. I still have the clothes in my... Oh! I pressed the fire button and that restarted the game.
Oh, cool. Well, you know what? It's unfortunate that you lost all your score, but we can build it back up to where it was.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You know what this game looks like?
It does.
This looks
looks
like if someone back in when was the game released again?
This would be 85.
85. If someone in 1985 was told to make a high definition version of Pac-Man.
Oh, I see what you mean. Just because, well, you know, using the color yellow for skin tone on ZX Spectrum was pretty common. When you only have what is it, 4 colors, 5 colors, maybe 6. You work with what you got.
Not only that, but I mean, this is basically a maze chase game seen from the side, right?
As was the Popeye game, where you're chased by Bluto, or was he Brutus in that one? I can't remember. Popeye article.
Don't know.
There's a whole thing. I think it would be Bluto. I think Brutus was only in Japan because they didn't want to call him Bluto over there. Whereas Brutus is much more easy to pronounce. That's straight up the reason, by the way. And they also had a Brutus magazine, I believe, in addition to the Popeye magazine, which were just men's fashion magazines in Japan. So Popeye and Bluto, the height of fashion in 80s Japan. This game was not made in Japan. This game was made by a UK developer for the UK. I don't know if that's... I still have clothes, maybe it looks like. Even though I put clothes in
dressed.
the bin. No, I meant like in my inventory, which I assume the thing in the bottom is supposed to imply like I'm holding on to clothes.
Well, I mean, everything on that line is clothes, right?
Let's find out. Can I take it all at once? No, I think I can only take one at a time.
Clothes is flashing, which means you're full on clothes.
Dodge the lady. I think she ran into the wall, which is...
Yes. Juked her.
You know what's really fun? Having to walk around all these lampposts, like every time there's an object. There's 3 planes here. I don't know if that what's self-evident here, what isn't. But there's 3 planes of movement, and if an object happens to be on the same layer as you, you will walk into it and you will lose points. So we're trying to avoid that. All right, close. Go in. I think we got it.
I guess you could also call this like a proto-Nidhogg.
In the loosest sense imaginable. I mean, you can call anything if you want to, as it turns out.
Yeah, sure. This is
Snake.
The real Dark Souls starts here.
Yeah. So, you know, as far as a recreation of the television show...
1-to-1.
Yeah. Well, it was sketch comedy, so every episode was different, but oh my god, there's only 4 more to drop off. Did we drop the clothes when we did that? I think she steals the clothes back.
Yes.
Here we go.
Don't mind me, lady. Just gonna... Who's moving these lampposts, like, every time you're off screen? They're in different positions.
You know. The public works in the... let's see, there's roadworks right there. And I walked into it. And apparently that whole thing was one solid object. Yeah, construction underway. They're indecisive about it. God damn it. And now she's going to take the clothes, and now I just got to walk all the way back.
Yeah. Yep.
I have to wonder if there's like other stages to this. I think there are. I think, in fact, there are maybe 3 stages to this. So I have an idea.
Yes.
How we could potentially speed this along. I mean, granted, it's still a ZX Spectrum game, so it's only going to be so speedy.
Oh, you're going to, like, overclock it?
That also works.
Fast forward.
But this is more what I'm looking to do. No, just walk into me, lady. Oh, the clothes go back. I thought it would skip the article of clothing. That if they... So she's stealing it and she's putting it back in the line. I was hoping that would just be like, the clothes don't return.
I mean,
that's Benny Hill's Madcap chase.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Benny Hill's just asking for it. He just wants this.
Hi, wow.
Hair's wondering how much a game like this would have cost back in the day.
Probably like a $5, if I had to guess. Can't imagine this being like a full price game. Most games were like value price, as it turns out, for Specky. But whatever it was too much. Again, I'm being mean. That game is, it's interesting. From one perspective, that, they had a licensed game on the ZX Spectrum, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to find like any sort of compliment to pay it. It looked nice for a ZX Spectrum game, believe it or not. It may look like a dog shit to us, but that was cutting edge stuff. That's what Don Priestley was known for, and DK Tronics were known for back in the day. Was for impressive visuals. Let's go to the year 1987. I didn't find any comedian games between 1985 and 1987, which I guess would be 1986, the year.
Yeah, yep.
That's how time works, last I checked. But 1987 gives us a few different games. We're going to start with a PC Engine game. This is Kato-Chan and Ken-Chan. Which are the aliases of Ken Shimura and Cha Kato, who were members of this comedy rock and roll band called the Drifters. And they actually performed... They opened for the Beatles in their first ever concert in Japan. They did a 40-second opening performance for the genuine Beatles, is kind of like their claim to fame. So anyway, 2 of the members, Ken and Cha Kato, left to create their own show at a certain point. And it was a sketch comedy show like so many others, but they had a segment on their show where people would send in novel concept. The home camcorder was taking off around this time, so people were filming all sorts of stuff on their camcorders, and they would air them on the air and laugh at them and quip about them.
What's weird is what you're describing sounds like some other comedy duo, but I've never heard of Kato and Ken.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think I know what you're laying down. Yeah, they do seem very familiar in a way. But yeah, anyway, 1989 American producer Vin DeBana initiated a partnership with Tokyo Broadcasting System to develop a similar program in the West, which ultimately led to the successful America's Funniest Home Videos. So straight up, this segment on this Japanese comedy show with these two goofballs in it birthed the plague to mankind known as America's Funniest Home Videos. I'm not actually playing right now. This is the demo playing.
Wait. This gameplay looks familiar. This. Oh! This is JJ and Jeff. This is the comedy duo JJ and Jeff. They opened for the Beatles in Japan, and they had this comedy show where they brought in like home videos and stuff. JJ and Jeff. So they relabeled it to. They made up these two guys, Kato and Ken, in Japan. For this game?
I know I had my notes screwed up here somewhere because I thought we would have heard of that. But yeah, JJ and Jeff, famous comedians responsible for America's Funniest Home Videos. On their sketch comedy show, they had a segment called Detective Story, and that's apparently what this is based off of. Okay. These specific caricatures and so forth. You can pick which of the two you want to play as. And oh, look at him, he's taking a piss. Get ready for lots of jokes like that, and also lots of hidden objects. This is one of those hidden object games that I detest so much. And you put it in the form of a platformer, and oh boy.
You're also going to need to stream it to me.
Oh, yes. Let me take care of that real quick. When you're going between different emulators, it's sometimes easy to forget, to take it for granted that,
Thank you.
Watch what happens if I crouch. Oh, look at him. All right. Got that.
Yep.
That's going to be giving you hints about like where certain objects appear and whatnot. When we switch to the original version of this game, JJ and Jeff, we may actually be able to decipher some of the clues there.
Oh, here we go. I would have expected that's where we would find the angel.
Yeah, they kind of mix these up a little bit. They kind of don't make any sense who's lying where. But yeah, you also get your health restored, and invincibility in this case.
I do notice that you stopped for the stop, so appreciated.
Oh yeah, I gotta obey the law of the land. How did that count? Okay, I'm sorry. You're supposed to jump on enemies to hurt them. How did that count as damage? I was right above that. Ugh. Nope.
The coin. Do you need the coins for anything, or?
You can do a roulette, or not roulette, slot machine, like Super Mario Bros. 2 style. I'm sorry, Doki Doki Panic style. Now, I don't know if you know this or not. Crazy thing, but Super Mario Bros. 2 in the West. So, yeah, I think games that have slot machines in them for 1-ups should not do that. We haven't seen that in a while, and that's good. I think developers got the hint at a certain point, or I'd like to think they did, that it's actually not fun. It doesn't add anything to your game to do this. But let's give it a go.
A slot machine.
All right.
I just like gambling.
Big money, no whammy.
You got flies. Good job.
Ooh, we're paid now. What if I bet all... No, I can only bet 5 at a time.
5 at a time.
Some 1-ups would be nice.
What icon is a 1-up?
I think you gotta get 3, like, of any food item. Would be my guess. No good.
No good.
You know what? That's alright. We will make do without. Also want to take this opportunity to shout out Justin Leeper on Twitter, who is a former journalist, current motion capture actor for video games, and a writer of the story mode for the AEW video game. Cool guy. He's been very nice to me, and he suggested that I should play and write about this game. Because he had just finished a playthrough, and he's like, man, this thing's fucking rotten, huh? And I'm like, yeah, it is. But yeah, popular manzai comedy actor, manzai, I should say, which is a style of comedy, of two-person comedy, duos comedy in Japan. Kato-Chan and Ken-Chan, as they were known, or JJ and Jeff, as they're, better known.
Yes.
But,
was this ever an episode of Game Center CX?
You would
Feels
think
like it
so,
would've
because
been.
it's certainly mysterious enough. Some Oyama face paint. I should mention that one of the J's in JJ and Jeff, that J being Ken Shimura, did die in 2020 due to COVID complications. He is survived by Cha Kato, the other J in JJ and Jeff. But yeah, mainstays of the Japanese comedy scene. Maybe they deserved slightly better than this game. I don't know how to describe the controls except for it's like the momentum in Sonic. It's like you're moving full speed in Sonic, and like where you have to like drag across the floor. But
it looks slippery.
The tiniest bit of movement will cause that skidding out.
Oh, what happened?
I ran out of vitality. I didn't eat something in time. My blood sugar dropped.
This is like an Adventure Island kind of thing, then.
I mean, it is Hudson. Hudson did make this game.
Yeah, all right, yeah, there you go. Lead designer at Hudson, very hungry man.
Oh no, how am I supposed to overcome that impossible obstacle? Guess what? You're supposed to kick this, but in a very particular pixel position. Come on!
There you go. Naturally. Getting a bit of Mile Secret Castle, too. Also a Hudson game.
Those Hudson people gotta be stopped.
I still want to. I still like the idea of like this hunger thing being in Hudson games because like the lead designer, like they always come to me like, "Oh, we need another idea for a game." I don't know. Guy runs around, kicks signs. I'm so hungry. If he doesn't eat, he dies. That's the idea, all right?
Print it. Commit it to code. So yeah, depending on which character you play as in this, it'll swap out the characters appearing in the stage for the other comedian. That's pretty funny. Let's try that again without getting burnt to a crisp. That's Kato-Chan and Ken-Chan.
All right. Are we gonna look at the original version?
Yeah, let's give that a little bit. Let's see what the dialogue prompts look like in that version, and just for reference, so you can see what the original art, the original key art, is supposed to look like. There's JJ and Jeff, the originals, the comedy pioneers. And any second now. Yeah, there we go. So we can see what's changed here. A lot of the toilet humor, I believe, is cut out here.
Yes.
Which one do we want to play as? I'll take Sunglasses.
All right. You taking Jeff?
I suppose so. I assume it's in order. A very rich man has been kidnapped. From what I recall, these translations are roughly close to the at least to the intro of the Japanese version. Like I recall this exchange between these two. They still work at a detective agency here, so largely kept intact. He was just standing there that time. He wasn't pissing in the wind.
And
the movement is different, which I think is between the characters. I think he's even more slippery than the other character.
Good.
Oh.
And yeah, you don't fart anymore.
Which means that the spray actually comes out the front instead of the back, which is an actual semi-significant mechanical change. Sometimes there is life in palm. Sometimes, true believers, there is life in palm trees and street lamps. I don't think they bothered redrawing any of the sprites there, so things that are like very like culturally specifically Japanese there will just I wonder if we'll get like full on like Oyama face paint later down the line.
I'm curious because this guy was banging on a. Yeah, that's the same.
What's an American player supposed to make of this in 1987?
So that's something I'm a little curious about is dropping the bit. You know, they brought this thing to America and they decided like, we gotta change
No one
all
knows
this
who the
stuff,
hell
right?
Kato-Chan and Ken-Chan are
Yeah.
in America in '87.
Which means that they brought this over here on the strength of its gameplay, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. On the strength of Hudson Maiden, they want to recoup their costs for this PC Engine title.
Alright, so he was butt naked before, and now he's not. When I say butt naked, I mean his butt was
His
naked.
butt was exposed, yes.
Yes. Oh, the birds aren't still dropping poop, are they?
That's a good question.
Can you
I'll have to
kill
keep an eye out for that next time. Gotta kick this... No! Kick the door open. Thank you. You know, that's alright. That's okay. We don't
No thanks. No thanks.
I'm gonna opt out of that. I heard the note about kicking trees and that there's life in the trees.
Oh, Johnny said that the birds still drop human poop.
Yep, I saw the human poop thing come out of the tree there, so... That sprite is still intact.
So that stays.
Yeah, anyway, you got the picture here. It's
Hudson is like, you can get rid of Kato and Ken, but the poop stays.
Yeah. Quado is gold, Quado stays. It's a little Metalocalypse joke for folk. I still haven't seen that new movie. Someone tell me how it is. No, I should grab that melon. Actually, I should have stopped playing this game.
Yeah,
is what
that's
I
an
should
option.
do. We got the gist the first time. Apparently, the platforming gets very intense later. Gets unreasonably difficult past a certain point. And we're not going to experience that today. Maybe someday. But today is not that day. Let's move on to another game from 1987. This one being Laurel and Hardy for the Commodore 64, according to this cover, but I have the... I do have the Commodore 64 version. I think this was one of those games that came out on every 8-bit computer, developed by one Andrew Wilson on behalf of Advanced Software.
There's Laurel, and there's Hardy, and in between them is the dog Ampersand.
What do I use to emulate this? Oh, that's right, this is Vice. It's Commodore 64, it is Vice. I think this needs the audio boost again. I think it's another relatively low one. And bear with me as I remember how to use a Commodore 64 here.
Did Laurel and Hardy ever do talkies? Or...
Yeah, they very famously did talkies. Their best routines were, or the most memorable routines were all like spoken word stuff.
For some reason, I'm trying to remember any of it, and it's just immediately going to Abbott and Costello.
Oh, I just realized I never actually got around to writing all the other notes for all the other comedians.
Yeah, I
here.
know. It's like, let me check out your notes. Your notes here says Laurel and Hardy is composed of Mo Howard, Curly Howard, and Larry Fine.
Yeah. I forgot that my computer died the last time we tried to do this stream. I was prepping for it, and I was writing the notes as part of that prep, and then I just didn't do that after my computer died.
You know, cursed stream, like we were talking about. So, for the rest of the show, it'll be like Laurel and Hardy. You know Laurel and Hardy.
You know those guys.
Come on.
Hats Off Entertainment, again, on YouTube. Highly recommended channel. Has a video going through the history of Laurel and Hardy. So if you like old comedy, check out that channel.
Very into this crack screen.
Here are the instructions for this mega game. Haha. Which is them subtly insinuating that this game is not quite a mega game, is not quite a substantive product. The aim of the game rhymes. I'm not just a pretty face. You would think this would be part of the instructions of the actual game, but these are bits. These are Cracktro bits, because I think the actual game would not have this flashing screen, this obnoxious flashing screen, which I'm sorry I'm making you look at, but I'm reading the instructions here again, refreshing myself. That you can use, U spelled just with a U, so that's cute. You can use, e.g., a cycle. But remember, cycling is forbidden in certain areas. And what if your opponent leaves a sharp object lying around? Don't forget to get your map. Let's just get into the game, which is damn near indecipherable, even with those explanations there. This should be port 2, so I think that means we're playing as Ollie. Okay, let's set the flans to win to 2. The goal of this game is to pie your comedy teammate in the face. That's it. You have to go around an entire city to do it is the problem. It would be awesome if any input I'm trying here would be recognized. It's Commodore 64, so you'd think there wouldn't be much. Maybe because I'm saying port 2. Maybe I need to switch to port 1. Or maybe I could just have the computer play this game and I can just skip this completely. Yeah, all the inputs are working. I see my joystick button lighting up. Do I hold it?
I've been on mute for all. This is a very strange way to, like, have characters, like, or not characters, like say, how many people do you want to play?
How do I get the map? I'm right next to the map store. There's only so many buttons on this. You can't stand completely still. Oh,
Laurel is fucking booking it.
Yeah, they have a bit of a head start. The momentum here is worse than Kato-Chan and Ken-Chan. I do not know how to access the map store. I do not know how to get the map, which you desperately need, as you can see from the map. Fuck it, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. I'm feeling this is super low even with my boosting, so let me boost it even more, why don't I? Oh, I realize I'm walking the wrong way as I'm doing that. Because there is music playing here, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's diegetic music. He's right in the center there.
Alright, so now that I reach here, I can press up or down to go left or right and navigate the city. I think there's, like, stores, like a pie shop you can go to get your pie. Can I go down this alleyway? No. I'm trying spacebar to see if, like, maybe, like, there's a button issue here, or... But I think the game really is just, like, keep running and hope you luck into...
The way the background pulsates is, like...
sickening.
Mesmerizing.
A flan, perchance, to... I didn't see what the dialogue was. I know we're not getting into pie anytime soon, because I cannot navigate this shit.
So, is this just spy versus spy?
Yeah, more or less. Except Spy vs. Spy on either Commodore or NES, wherever you played, is infinitely more intelligible than this is. I so badly want to get pied in the face, just to we can end this misery, so we can end this hellish attempts to navigate this hellish world. The music's picking up.
Hey, Cass.
Yeah.
Think fast.
Oh no. Got pie all over my face. I can't see anything. Oh god, I'm running into the walls. It's just more dangerous than you thought. It's an occupational hazard.
I forgot which one you were playing as for a second.
I believe I'm playing as Ollie, who is Laurel.
Is it he's on the bottom?
I'm at the top.
Screen,
I'm on the top. The bottom screen.
I thought Laurel was the thin one.
Well, if I had written my notes, I would have absolutely included a note for myself and for you saying, the larger one is Laurel, the skinnier one is Hardy. I would have absolutely remembered to do that if I had remembered to do it.
I think the skinny one is Laurel, and the larger one is Hardy.
Folks, any Laurel and Hardy fans, super fans out there, I'm so sorry I didn't do this game its proper justice. I really should have studied the entire life and times. This is a dead end.
Hold up, let me just check our notes again. Okay. The thin one is Mo Howard and Curly Howard, and the large one is Larry Fine.
Oh my god, this is like a nightmare. Just find me. Can I stand still? Will he find me? Will that make it easier for the CPU to track me down? They have a pie, they have a bottle of something, they have all sorts of items. I cannot even figure out how to interact with the world beyond the signposts.
This could easily be a horror game. Like, very little would have to be changed. Like, most of these graphics could honestly still be the same.
Just make the, instead of bricks, have it be like wriggling mounds of flesh for the stage. Same effect on it, same weird dilation effect. But it was something more appropriate.
What were they going for this anyway? The way the background is, like, warping.
Undulating.
Yeah, that's not like how old film looked. Emerald Sun just says, "Wait, this isn't a versus mode. This is the game.
The whole game is
versus mode."
Yeah. You can, what I probably should have done just to spare myself was to set both of the CPUs, both characters to be CPU, and just watched it play out.
But then you wouldn't have been able to tell us, hey, this controls like dog shit.
It's incredible because there's only left and right, and, you know, like up and down when you're at, like, the intersections. But they somehow managed to bungle that up. But another fine mess you've gotten us into, Andrew Wilson, creator of this game. That's the famous Laurel Hardy quote, by the way. Another fine mess. And this is certainly a fine mess. I give up. We're not going to see any fucking pies in the face. I cannot stand this any longer. This is stream poison as well. So it's... if you really want to see pixelated pies in the face, go find a long play or something, assuming anyone else has bothered to play that game.
That's the end of that.
Thank you. Oy vey. All right, what do I got next here?
When I like put together these sound effects and like had to listen to them for like audio levels and stuff, like I am now like hyper aware of individual people in these laugh tracks.
Oh yeah, you can pick them out the same way, like, you know, like when they reuse like old vintage laugh tracks. You know, when they're still using the same, like, stock library CD sound effect from, like, the 80s. You know, like, half the people in that audience are dead because they were filmed in, like, the 40s or 30s. They recorded that stuff back then. They just keep using it. So you can pick out all the individual voices.
Emerald Sun just asked, wait, what was the name of the game again? Laurel and Hardy.
Yes. And our next game, the Three Stooges. The Amiga one
again.
This time. this is take two on this from Cinemaware. Who were producers of such fine games as Defender of the Crown. I can't remember any other ones off the top of my head. They did some, like, noir crime, like, 30s game where he plays a mobster, and it's, like, all, like, choose your own adventure, like, kind of like a updated Law of the West, which I remember being pretty neat. But the name of that one eludes me. But their whole shtick was doing games that were cinematic in some capacity.
You know what else they did? They did It Came from the Desert.
That's true. And Keep It Weird 123 says King of Chicago in the chat. Thank you. That is precisely what I'm thinking of when it comes to that game. But alas, we're going to launch the Three Stooges of all games here. And let's see. This is FSUAE. Yep.
Okay. Hey. I don't know if this is in your notes.
Oh,
wait.
Did I crash FSUAE by trying to stream it out to you? I believe I did.
Possible.
I'm going to have to stream my screen to you. This doesn't matter to the folk at home, but I hope that this works.
Okay.
Let's take that again. Give me that bit of note. Give me that interesting note.
So I don't see this on our list here of things we're doing tonight. But according to the Wikipedia article, Cinemaware, later in life, made Three Stooges for the PlayStation.
Yeah, it's a support of this.
Okay, it is.
As is the Game Boy Advance version, as is the NES version, and any other versions in between. Oh, god damn it, I wrote out the wrong.
Nope.
Well, I guess we're going to play some Defenders of the Crown right now. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Much like the on the NES version of this game, they launched the Ghostbusters 2 logo there. They have a Ghostbusters 2 intro screen or menu, and the Stooges come in and say this is the wrong game before cutting to this. But yes, the PlayStation version is straight up a port of this.
How do you straight up port this to a PlayStation?
I mean, don't know.
It's like, how, in good conscience, how do you straight up port this to a PlayStation? And what game do they fake you out with there to like have like Metal Gear Solid's intro movie, and then all of a sudden Three Stooges come on? This is the wrong game, wise guys.
I'd have to double check what game they do in the intro. I don't think I have the PS1 version of this on hand. I think I saved myself that disk space, that valuable hard drive space.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have the PlayStation version of this pretty soon.
Folk, join the Discord. See Charkie stream that out. They'll do the supplemental material for this as they stream out the PS1 version. Perhaps even as early as tonight after the stream. What's the matter, lady? Says Curly. Our house needs repairs and we don't have any money. Setting up the plot of the game here, which is we have 30 days, which is 30 turns, to gather up enough money to save this orphanage. And depending on how much money you manage to accumulate, you get a different ending. And I believe the Game Boy Advance version's innovation, and maybe the PlayStation version too, is they added another extra ending from this version here. So that's your technological advancement.
Extra ending?
Yeah, there's one where like you marry all the daughters of the lady who owns the orphanage, and you get a destination wedding in the GBA and PlayStation versions, I believe.
Pair Assholes,
and that is the plot of the 2012 movie. Yeah. Yes, they do save an orphanage in that. It's also a plot in the Blues Brothers movie, as it turns out.
You know, it's good go-to plot if you want to have just a movie about good guys. You know, that's like shorthand for these guys are good.
So this one here, there's mini games. There's a collection of mini games. This is the classic pie throwing mini game. This barely controls. You control the Stooges. You can make them duck and cover, as well as toss. But it's very difficult to gauge who's tossing what at you, at what time, and to be able to successfully dodge it. And I failed. And I did not serve all the maximum amount of pies, so I'm not going to get the maximum amount of money. In fact, I'm going to get a quite paltry sum.
Oh, $110, I feel like in 1930s or 1940s, whatever money.
Fuck.
That would have been enough to save an orphanage.
Fuck. There we go. I wanted to get trivia. I got the finger trap. I got the mouse trap twice, which cost me 2 of my 30 days.
You just take a full day going, ah, 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 ah.
All right, $500. A lot of money on the line. Which Stooge had Norman Mauer as a son-in-law? This is real, like, Stooge trivia hours.
Hey, Mo, this is kind of weird, ain't it? Like, the radio's asking us trivia about our lives.
And they seem to have prescience. They seem to be from the future. They know things that haven't happened yet. I blew it. You would get 4 trivia questions, I think. At least in the NES version, or what have you. That's the one I played the most of. But I bombed out the first question, so it just immediately ended without giving us any money.
Can you tell if the timing on that thing is real, or if it's just random if you get a mousetrap or not?
They choose a random position. You can time it if you have crazy reflexes to be able to stop it at the right speed. So this is a mini game you can also play. It's one of the options. You don't get any money for this, but you can torture your compadres. Mo can abuse his sidekicks here.
Seems your options are just faster and slower.
I don't know how to control
savoring it. Okay.
I'm just trying to get through this as quickly as possible. There's no real way to control speed here, as far as I can tell. I think it's just like it's measuring how quickly you're able to pull it off, like your slaps per minute.
Adamant Arxvile actually did me a favor here and looked up $110 back then would have been worth $1,973. Now you're well on your way to saving this orphanage, I think.
I think you need $10,000, or I know you need $30,000 for the best ending. I got the same minigame twice in a row because my timing is not good.
Australian, welcome. Just in time for the second of the 2 Three Stooges games.
You know what? What if I just played the NES version? I know it came out later,
of the 30.
But I don't want to play this Amiga version anymore because it's I can't cheat, and I want to cheat to show off all the stupid mini games in this. Well, let me see if I can at least improve my score. Get a little more money going on this one. I got $200 that time, so that would be good if I cared enough to finish this out. Let's just switch over to the NES version, and we can see that different intro. This is a 1989 release, by the way, so 2 years to
1989, huh? For some reason, I would have thought it would have been later.
All right, and let me switch this over for you.
Cass, there's a wrong. Oh,
I did it again.
We're in the wrong game. Hey, this looks like a kid's game. You imbeciles.
Again, impressive audio fidelity for the platform for the time, for whatever that may be worth.
This was like a kid's game.
It did cut off a little early. Oh, there's 2-player. You want to get in? No,
thank you.
It's still turn-based. Oh, it's going to land on boxing. Perfect. I actually want to do boxing. Because this game is one of the worst mini-games in any video game ever made.
Yes, I feel like this one in particular well, you know what? This is maybe not the most infamous minigame in this game, but it's one of them.
The cinematic in the Amiga version is better, but the whole point of this is that Larry plays the fiddle, and when he plays Pop Goes the Weasel, Curly becomes an incredible fighter. So without that fiddle, he's screwed. So we broke it. Now we need to go find another one. There's one
back
problem.
to Benny Hill.
Yeah. So that Benny Hill game we played earlier, this is the spiritual successor in this minigame. This is the worst. You have no time or space to react to anything, especially if you want to move at a speed that allows you to get any sort of money for this. I knew I was going to trip the second I got up because I fell flat. Ooh. So by this point, we're supposed to already be on our way back.
Who do you think is suffering the most cranial trauma?
Me right now playing this. Is that supposed to be a dog or a person on the road, or?
I think it's a dog. I think. You know what? It could be both.
How are you supposed to do anything in that part there with the fire hydrant and the pole and the boxes that you collide with? It's just impossible.
You know what would be cool if once you get that violin, if every time you hit something it breaks and you have to turn around and go back.
No money. All right, we're cheating this. I want to do the cracker game now.
All right, this is the most infamous one, I think.
This one is fine.
Infamous as in this is the one everyone knows.
It's the only one that you can actually beat. Legitimately, I think. In fact, let's see how long I can keep it going. Let's make this stream truly unwatchable by keeping this minigame going forever, in perpetuity. So notice how you get $50 per bowl. At a certain point, they start... Well, you'll see.
Sure. Yep.
So the oysters are trying to get the crackers before we do. And if they eat the last cracker in the bowl, then you lose. That is the lose state for this game.
Nope. You lose.
But I got other crackers, though, so that saved me.
Oh. So wait. You said if they eat the last cracker in the bowl...
Yeah, you'll see. This will all make sense momentarily.
Ah!
That's actually, you get different faces if you're on a streak. So that meant I had a good combo going.
Cracker combo achieved.
All right.
I love his... I love his, everything.
Oh,
right,
no,
that's
hold on.
loose.
Yeah, let's try that again. So that's 50 bucks.
That's a bowl.
That's 50 bucks.
Oh, that's a bowl. Oh.
That's $50.
$30,000, you said, right?
Yep.
All right, folks.
Another $50. Oh. $700. And again, you can keep that going for as long as you're able to get that one cracker. So you can get pretty cracked at that. Pardon the pun. Oh, that's a natural one. I actually got trivia. I wanted to get trivia that time, and I did it legit.
I have a feeling we're going to get this trivia correct.
Hats Off Entertainment also has good series on the Three Stooges. Has done multiple episodes about multiple different Stooges. Let's go with 2. 2 seems like a good answer.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And what city did they spend their... I should know this one. I think they are... Brooklynites. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you won.
Whoa, I didn't know the NES could do that long as that, like an audio sample. That's impressive. Curly had how many children? Let's say 3. Wrong, lame brain. You know, let's cheat. Is it 1? No? I guess it's 2 by process of elimination there.
Congratulations.
And that's an easy $600.
And next question for radio. And where are your children now? Come to the station. I'd like to play a game.
Well, let's get that question mark. How about that? This should be a random event, so it could be good, could be bad, could be nothing.
Catch-up security.
I fleeceum banker. You will never earn enough money. Just taunting us.
Is that what the question mark was? Was just a taunt?
It could be anything. It could be a massive cash prize. It could be one of the minigames. It could be like literally anything that would appear on the board, and then a couple extra bonus ones, I think. Alright, this is the hospital minigame. $15 per second spent in the operating room, and also $5 reward if we collect lost items.
Lost items like those hearts?
Yeah, or not hearts. These are Red Cross.
Not hearts. Yeah, Red Cross. Yeah, that's right. Oh, this game
would be banned today.
Something Geneva Convention.
You couldn't make a game like Three Stooges today, I tell you what. The Red Cross would be up in arms, man.
3 students are getting silenced, and they're going to have a show on Netflix.
They're going to be canceled, banned from public life, which means they get as many comedy specials as they want on Netflix with grossly inflated paychecks. The true cancellation. The true othering. Mo with a caution tape around his mouth saying, "I do that." This minigame is doable enough. It's like Back to the Future on NES. Obviously took some design inspiration, inspo posting here.
You get money for every second in the emergency room, it said, right?
Oh yeah.
Because you're not in the emergency.
Oh yeah, so like, you are supposed to do it at speed. I forgot how that is played. You need to get to the end of the level as quickly as possible, so you get bonus money for that. Whereas we didn't finish. I'll take the finger trap on that one, because I don't want to play fucking... Or no, it's not going to advance the screen. We have to get money to get off of the screen. Yeah, I sure as hell ain't playing boxing again. We're also not doing the entire 30 days here. I don't know if that needed to be said, but...
Well, you could get the money and then just mousetrap your way to the end.
And get the worst ending?
No, I meant get the money to win.
Oh, yeah.
And mousetrap your way to the end.
That would be unwatchable, because it would just require playing the cracker game forever. But also, we did all the minigames in this. We've seen everything there is to see in the game already, besides the ending.
You don't want to learn more trivia?
So that's kind of the problem with this, is that there's not much to do in it, as it turns out, between the 4 minigames and in doing trivia, and that one minigame where you get to poke the eyes out of. your compadres. That's Three Stooges, a game that got ported way too many times to way too many consoles. Again, PlayStation version. Why? Game Boy Advance version for who? What like 12-year-old kid is just like, hey ma, my favorite, the Three Stooges, my favorite comedy act.
I wanted to hear what else the radio guy had for us. Like, you go back to it and be like, the brutal killing took place when the family was gathered in the home Saturday afternoon. The day of the crime, the father went to the trunk of his car, retrieved his rifle.
So, old school comedians, like the Three Stooges, like your Laurel and Hardy, you have to kind of wonder, like, what the audience for these games is at a certain point. Like, who are purchasing these games based on, like, vintage comedians? You would assume, like, vintage people of a certain vintage, people who are of a certain age, who appreciate, or maybe, like, you know, they watch reruns on cable or whatever. Or, you know, maybe they own an MS-DOS machine. Maybe they are some older folk that are on the latest technology in 1988. And might happen to have MS-DOS and be able to play our next game, Charlie Chaplin. Just Charlie Chaplin. Apparently, I got the Spectrum cover. I meant to get the DOS cover, but this was on all the 8-bit computers. But we're playing the DOS version here. So, silent comedy. Like, straight up silent comedy on your MS-DOS machine. Which is maybe for the best, because we would have had, like, DOS beep speakers, like the PC speakers built in at this point. This is before, like, Sound Blaster. So maybe it's for the best that they didn't go with a talking comedian for this one. Try to do audio samples in that one-channel audio. But, I will have this up and running shortly.
Silent comedy's awful, because I've been doing, like, silent comedy jokes for the past, like, 2 minutes while you were explaining that. You talked all over
laughs. And
there was no laughs. So
so let's start a new game. This game is incredibly curious. Do you have a favorite Charlie Chaplin movie by chance? How about Married Life, The Drunk, The Worker, A Dog's Life, The Pawn Shop, The Vagabond, Sunnyside, A Day at the Beach, The Little Tramp, Payday, City Lights, I actually know, Modern Times, The Count, A Life on the Ocean Wave, The Immigrant, and I think we've looped back around.
Okay, so no The Great Dictator.
No. Oh, I should also mention this US Gold game, which usually is like a mark of death for these sort of things. Check out our article on Human Killing Machine on Bad Game Hall of Fame for a brief history of US Gold. We'll just go with the first one here. There are 3 scenes in this movie. The script will cost $650 to purchase the option for, and then the production will cost $5,150. Oh no, I pressed the wrong page.
You're making the movie?
Yeah. What? So each of these scenes is a level. Each of these movies has between 3 and like a bunch more scenes. I, the undersigned, agree to produce this film in line with blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Signed. You're my witness on this. You're the A witness listed here. All right, now let's film the scene.
It's Ashley Witness.
Yeah, so you literally just walk around. There is nothing to really do here. As far as I'm aware, I think you're supposed to be able to interact with the props in some capacity, like kick them over to do like some boobery, but doesn't control well enough for that, I tell you.
Yeah, this is how I remember the scene happening, like exactly at the start of the movie.
We can go up here, the second floor. She'll chase me. Can I jump down? No. Can I kick her as she comes close to me? No.
Do you have an objective?
To exist for 60 seconds is the objective.
Do you have a fail state?
No. All right, we're editing this now. I have to literally, for each frame of the movie, press 8 on my numpad to advance it frame by frame. I cannot hold it down. So let's see. Let's get the let's start the cut here, right at the very beginning, where all great things take place.
I'm flabbergasted.
Oh no! Fire to edit the scene. How do I make a cut? Okay, no, there we go. Speed it up. Great stuff, Chaplin.
I'm semi-surprised it can remember all of this.
I mean, it's all demo stuff. It's
Yeah,
easy enough to remember
but-
the inputs, and it's basically just tracking the inputs. You know, the same way that a demo for like a Counter-Strike would, you know?
I mean, this does also still feel like a game from 1983, maybe. I know it's not.
Yeah, they did the 2-bit color deliberately, you know, for black and white, for film, as it were. Because all those movies were in black and white. Props, street lamp, and hydrant. Let's see if there's any way to interact with them. I know we have the button to kick. So let's see if that means we can actually do something.
So is this more like an activity center?
No, so what it really is a simulation game. Because you need to track how much money you have. I cannot kick the fire hydrant. Let's try the street lamp, maybe? Can I do anything here? Hide behind it, I guess? I can't get on the same layer as it to kick it. So that is definitely harshing my vibe here.
So on what level do you actually affect any form of success or failure in this? If you have to keep track of budget.
If you reshoot a scene, it will cost money to reshoot the scene.
Why would you ever reshoot a scene?
If you didn't get the take you wanted. So I can go back, I can do edit or film the scene again.
What take would you want?
You know, maybe one where you don't get your ass kicked by the man and the dog in this.
For what purpose?
All right, this one's going to have a drunk and then table chairs in it. And table chairs.
What? I'm serious.
What about the table chairs?
No, this game's hilarious. This game did it. This game's hilarious.
We found it. We found the funny one tonight.
What is...
What's extra great is that it's presented like a silent film. I mean, there's still the impact sounds.
Yeah.
That's the only sound effect in the fucking game. Besides that one, I guess. So yeah, there's a lot of these scenes in this game. There's a lot of different environments. There's not much to do in any of them.
Like, so nothing is stopping you from, like... I need to find a speedrun of this game. Hold up.
Good luck. There's barely even long places. There's gameplay snippets of it. People have played the game, but not been able to decode what the purpose, what the point of it is.
You don't say.
I just want to successfully complete the cut there. I don't know if that means that is this. Okay, here we go. We're screening the film.
All right.
This is what it all built to. Let's see how the crowd reacts. Let's see how the crowd responds to this comedy masterpiece. All hail Mogambo saying the story of Everest. Oh, there's music in this. Yeah, guess what? We're here for 3 minutes because there's 3 scenes and they were 60 seconds apiece. So yeah, the actual gameplay element here, if you can call it that, is screening these films in the correct order. That is the trick to the game as far as I can tell, because certain movies cost more, so the big budget ones, you would run out of money. You have to keep track of your money and hope that these movies earn when they screen here.
How do you know if a movie has done I'm sorry, this is...
I know, it's great stuff we're seeing on the screen right now.
I mean, the crowd fucking loves it.
You seem really baffled by this game. This one in particular really flummoxing you right now.
Yes.
I think this is just like, it's cute. It's a novel idea. It is executed beyond any comprehension or sense. You think there would be like the bare minimum of stuff to do during this stage, and maybe there is. Maybe just no one's cracked the code on how to use the props yet. Or maybe someone has, and I just didn't find it before the show. I read the manual, and they don't mention anything about interacting with props specifically. So the manual to the game itself.
Why was he doing the gritty on you when he knocked you down? The fact that they're okay.
The end. Crowd vow, never again. Sudden death of star shocks movie world. So box office. So yeah, maybe if we cut the scene shorter, that might have been the way to do it. Or maybe there is some sort of scoring for what you're doing in there. But
the fact that there is some sort of metric for score is what is like sending me. That this is just this inscrutable mess, and if it was just like an activity center, like that's fine. If it's just a thing where like you can run around and you can edit these scenes together into little snippets, and you can have like just a one frame of each scene if you wanted to, like I'd be like, all right, weird purchase, but fine. But the fact that you can theoretically lose or like have some sort of like something in this game is judging you based on what you do. What is this? Like, what is happening?
This is a classic film. Let's do the first scene. And then we'll be done with this. This is the blind flower shop girl who, Charlie Chaplin... Oh, you can kiss her! That's cute.
Okay.
That's better than accidentally kicking her like this. Oh, got that guy in the foot.
What if you have to actually know these movies and you have
reenact
to do
the things that happen in the movie?
Yes,
that would be
like
something.
You have to know that this is the scene, the beginning of the movie, where Charlie Chaplin kisses his girl like 5 times, and then he kicks a cop in the shins, and then that scene ends after 10 seconds, and that is your scoring metric, which would still be a fucking wild idea for a game, because you'd expect people to have encyclopedic knowledge of Charlie Chaplin films in, what, 1989, 1991? When did this game come out?
This would be 1988.
1988?
Great. That's Charlie Chaplin. That'll do it. I don't want to go through every scene of this movie and do another screening for this, but, you know, that's a game you could theoretically play, and insofar as it can be played. Again, novel concept.
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing.
The
that one's for me.
That one's for you. I'm gonna also partake.
That drink up is for me.
So Charlie Chaplin playthrough when? What do we got next on the list? Oh, we have a Takeshi, a Beat Takeshi game for the NES.
Yeah. So not the one that we played last time, though, right?
No, this is a different one. That was going to be my bit, is that this is Takeshi no Sengoku Fuuunji, which is, I believe, more based on the actual Takeshi's Challenge TV show.
Well, that's not a great...
Yeah.
Not a great look.
Not the best. Actually, I don't even know if this is based on Takeshi's Castle so much. It's I know it's a board game, so I guess I haven't really played this. There's an English translation for it that I haven't played. So I guess we're going to see together what this game actually entails.
Mickey Borg says, at least it's not that one. You want to go into your defense of Takeshi's Challenge?
Oh yeah, no, Takeshi's Challenge is great. It's one of the most innovative open world games to ever exist. And I absolutely stand by that. I think it's genuinely innovative. You wouldn't have a Yakuza or whatever else have you if not for the lengths that Takeshi's Challenge went to and the growing pains of making a open world game. Let's do a Sengoku game. Okay, I can't help but notice this is still in Japanese.
Where's my phone? Let's go pull up the translator.
I also have a translate button in here. I thought this was English translated. Maybe I mislabeled this in my collection. Maybe it never was. Because who would bother translating this?
What does Sengoku mean?
It's like a period historical.
So Sengoku mode would be like, I don't know, Industrial Revolution mode? Something?
I think it's older
Victorian
than that.
era mode? Well, I mean, just in terms of like saying era of history mode.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Oh, yes, of course.
This is the Ainu Maro no Ban. Great. That my translator does not know how to register these different lines of text here, so I can't even cheat it that way.
All right, give me 1 second.
I mean, if we have to do it for literally every screen of this game, I don't know if it's necessarily worth.
Understandable.
I'm sure like the first one is like roll dice or something.
This
is supposed to be player 2.
So first one is it's dice, then card, situation, Ichiran, and map is the last one.
Well, I have bad news for you, and that is that I accidentally selected 2-player game at some point.
Oh.
So I can't do anything on this screen.
Oh, you could restart the system.
That's all right. Anyways, no, there's a Beat Takeshi game besides Takeshi's Challenge on the Famicom, I guess. That's as much as I can do for you, unfortunately. We do have another Japanese game, another Famicom game.
The translator.
This one has to be translated. This one I have to have actually done the right thing here. This is Tashiro Masashi no Princess ga Ippai, which is, I believe, Tashiro Masashi has too many princesses. This one is somewhat notorious in Japan. You'll see the sprites from this game pop up in sprite animations. There's one problem here with this game. The lead character comedian here was arrested for photographing women without their knowledge or consent. He would take upskirt photos of women on the street without their knowledge. So to have a game where he is the hero rescuing princesses...
Netflix special incoming, I guess.
So yeah, real piece of shit. His career is mercifully over.
Wait, how long ago did that happen?
I think like I think it came out in like the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, so this has been a while.
All right, which princess are we rescuing?
Real bad look, to say the least.
Yeah,
Jesus.
But yeah, famous comedian in Japan, so it meets the criteria here. And there's an English translation of it, which means we can actually play it. The famous
don't need
sprites.
The translator, all right. I do need to see the game, though.
Oh, yes, I should probably... Wow, he sure is taking his time here.
Is that him doing it, or is that you doing it?
I pressed start, and that made it advance.
Okay.
When we talk about kusoge, and, you know, like, genuinely, like, bad games emanating from Japan, beyond the character, beyond, you know, the story I just told about this is absolutely one of those games that is just, like, nothing going for it. Just like a bog standard platformer with bad control, with sluggish control in it.
PC98 asks, which Pep Boy is this?
Which Pepe Boy? Pep Boy is that?
Which Pep Boy? You remember Pep Boy Auto?
Oh, yeah. That's a weird deep cut from my girlfriend in the chat there. Can I interact with this in any way? Can I go down? I don't remember the rules of this game. Believe it or not, this is not one of my favorites. Oh, that one goes down. We're in the underworld now. The underground. I can't go through any of these doors as far as I can tell. Maybe there's something on the other side.
And I kind of wish... maybe... almost kind of wish you had saved for the what he did shit for the end, because, man, looking at this is really awkward right now.
Yeah. That's what happens when you go plumbing for bad games. I need to get a running jump, But I need the timing to work out so that it's...
There you go.
Jesus wept. Because I don't have enough space to do it from the left-hand side, I don't think. No, I just barely, but then I overshoot it. Folks,
listen.
oh, thank Christ. Oh, no! Oh, okay. That's an easy one. All right, I can manage that.
Folks, if you like the kind of content we do, consider... No, that wasn't a joke.
No,
If you like the kind of content... Okay. All right.
this is very
Folks,
rude of you
consider
folks in the
subscribing.
audience. Yeah.
Consider
I think I
subscribing,
picked up-
check out the Discord.
I picked up an item there, I think. It was like a catcher's mitt. I don't know if that what that does. Do we have an inventory? We have an item select. We are using a yo-yo right now. Mercifully, the water doesn't kill us, because I don't know how to jump off of that platform, and, wow, he sure stared at the screen for a minute there. Oh, secret item by, hitting above. So it's one of those fucking games, too.
The Hudson game. Actually, who made this game?
This is, CBS Sony Group. So you could credit mostly to Sony, I believe. They were getting into the video game stuff, and they just sort of happened to partner with... Oh,
Is
is that going to go away anytime soon, or are we just, like, soft-locked here because of...
Man, I really wish you'd save that info for the end.
I mean, the end could come at any time here. But, yeah, I remember... What I most remember this game for is there is a Flash animation series called Michael Quest that emanated from 2chan, and it had a bunch of, like, NES characters working together along with Michael Jackson's sprite from Moonwalker. And,
Two
shit, we got impaled. Yeah.
Two problematic video game characters together at last.
And, was that her? Was that the fairy we're trying to rescue? Or that is our teammate? Or how do I... Maybe I just free them? Is there a way to collect them? Who can say? I love platformers.
That's what you're always telling me.
Especially when, like, the movement...
Every time we do one of these streams and we have a platformer coming up, and I'm going to play and stream it, you're like, no, Charkie, please, let me.
That's Masashi Tashiro has so many princesses, or whatever the translated version of that title is. You know, that really brought the mood down. What we need is a real comedian to really, like, perk us back up. One that's recognizable, one that is beloved, one that is... whose comedy cannot be denied. And that is Gallagher in his video game, Gallagher's Gallery. Which you've actually played on the stream before. I've played for, I think we did a light gun extravaganza. And this is a light gun game. And it stars Gallagher, the comedian, ostensibly. Here's some more stuff from the ad flyer. I wrote about this game in some capacity. We did an article on the Bad Game Hall of Fame around Mazer, which is a history of American laser games, makers of Mad Dog McCree and others. This was their least successful arcade game by significant metric, which is to say that it lost them hundreds of thousands of dollars and accelerated the demise of the company. And Gallagher was a piece of shit to work with, by all accounts. He was a piece of shit as a human being. He is dead now. And I'm not particularly torn up about it. So let's play his awful video game. How's that for an intro? How's that for a respectful?
Yeah.
And again, just, you know, we talk about comedy, and if you want to talk about fucking hacks, Gallagher is maybe the hackiest comedian who ever lived. When people make fun of prop comics, it's because Gallagher was so objectively unfunny, and that the only thing people remember him for is smashing the fruits with a sledgehammer with a mallet. That's his entire reason to try, and that's because he never told a funny joke in his fucking career.
Comedy Central loved him, though. It was always on Comedy Central. So I remember being a kid. I liked Gallagher as a kid because I was small. I had Comedy Central, and they kept showing him. So it was like, this is comedy.
This is comedy as I know it. I love going through the bio settings on American Laser games. I love the way it flashes and the refresh rate doesn't work. But I need to set some parameters here for this game to actually work. I'm not using the left slot, so just done on that.
Here's asking for your opinion on Carrot Top.
Hack.
Buff.
Very buff. Good for him. But I couldn't tell you a joke of his. Alright, let's make sure. Yep, not calibrated, which is why I'm doing this here.
Ooh. Flashing.
Now, the flashing should be disabled on the stream. I can't do anything for you, Charkie, yeah, I'm sad to say.
It looks like it is disabled in the screen. The stream, yes. My favorite thing about Carrot Top, I know this is a Gallagher game, but my favorite thing about Carrot Top is that he inspired a character in the comic strip Achewood. American Laser Games. There's a scene where a Carrot Top analog in Achewood is on stage telling jokes.
It's Gallagher, the Melon Man. I'm just here picking out melons for Gallagher's gallery. Now you say, hey.
Make sure the audio levels are working here. We'll use Gallagher's voice as a guide.
Just grab a hold of that 6-shooter you got right there in front of you, take a beat at the world and shoot it out.
I'll only boost it by like 2 decibels. Not that I want to hear Gallagher, but
Gadgets. All kinds of gadgets. Things that break down when you need them.
Why am I giving Gallagher the opportunity to speak?
Hey, foods like spinach. And
I like spinach.
to make it through all the levels, you
Like a spinach casserole.
Gallagher's gallery.
You know, you want to hear my good spinach casserole I have every year?
What I'm doing.
Lay it on me while I drink up.
All right, you cook it in a slow cooker. It's spinach, it's cottage cheese, it's cheddar cheese, and it's Tabasco sauce, and you cook that all together into a casserole, and it's absolutely delicious.
You win the once-in-a-lifetime chance.
That doesn't sound bad at all. That sounds quite nice.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, there's a thing in Achewood where a Carrot Top / Gallagher stand-in is on stage telling jokes, and no one's laughing, and Roast Beef just thinks to himself, it'd be real cool if every time this guy told a joke, someone shot a dove. And that is something I think of a lot.
So in case folk haven't gathered, this is a Laserdisc game. You'd go to your cabinet, it would have a Laserdisc player embedded in, and it'd also have a Commodore. This is an Amiga game, technically. It's running off of a Commodore Amiga. Powering everything. But we gotta do the Old West.
howdy, cowboys and cowgirls. You know,
Big horse.
sheriff of this here town, so I can shoot at putting anything out.
Battle Tank asks, is the Area 51 arcade shooter any good? It's better than this!
You, I'm gonna deputize you, and you can shoot at anything.
But no, Area 51 sucks.
Take a look at these targets.
In my opinion,
you
as
know how
a
you make Area
rail
50
shooter connoisseur.
You know how you make an Area 51 good is you enter like the secret mode where all the colors are fucked up and you can't tell what anything is.
Like Zorg Hunter mode or whatever it's called. They disabled that on more modern revisions of that cabinet. I discovered that in an actual arcade the other month that had an Area 51 machine. I tried to get that mode up and it didn't work. Now there's a minigame I'm hoping pops up during this. Oh, I can't do this one at all. There's a sign I'm supposed to shoot back there. They don't explain any of these games.
A little more practice.
I can tell what...
Try that again.
Shoot out them lights, partner.
Yeah, this is just a target gallery game. More so than other American Laser games.
Who went to who? Did
What?
Gallagher go...
It didn't shoot! I clicked the trigger like a dozen times and it didn't work!
I saw.
That's with the emulation. That's the problem with emulation. I would have to hope and imagine.
And I hate Alan! And I hate anything I can for now! Ah!
Oh, the wit of Gallagher.
Nice shot.
Son of a fuck!
You missed that. Try another.
No, that's what I want to get to here. You'll see. They reuse footage from Mad Dog McCree in this game.
Oh, really?
For one of the mini games.
Hey, partner, take a shot at these.
I never get that Christmas lights one. I never understand what they actually intend for you to do. And it just passes you after a while. Because I don't think the developers really knew what they wanted you to do on that screen either.
My question I was trying to ask earlier was, who went to who? Did American Lasersoft go to Gallagher, or did Gallagher go to American Lasersoft?
ALG went to Gallagher.
Must come down, shoot these bottles, and move to the next round.
Oh,
I actually documented in the article. There's no sound, says Paris Salamanca. I need someone to confirm. There should be sound for this.
Lucky shot, but your luck won't last.
No one else is saying no sound for it. So I'm hoping that...
yeah, in fact, all hail Magumbo says Gallagher shut up. So I think...
Lucky shot, but your luck won't last.
Let's just miss this.
Oh, no. Okay, that's... You didn't see the part before that. Pear said, you ever seen that vinyl album that's called The Wit and Wisdom of Ronald Reagan? And it's a blank record. There's no sound.
Ah. And we won that even though we stopped shooting at a certain point. So now we've unlocked the bonus round. That's how you get extra bullets back, besides just putting more coins in.
I'm having fun. Mommy wants me to stop. I don't want to do it.
Would you believe me if I told you
right?
that Gallagher is insufferable and that everyone who worked on this game thought he was insufferable? And how he became like an ultra-conservative later in life? If he wasn't always at that point?
I want to get up at 3 o'clock. I want to get up at 6 o'clock. I want to get up
I
at
want to...
9 o'clock.
I want to hear... Not necessarily right this second, but I kind of want to hear stories about how he was insufferable to work with for this game.
Read our article on Mazer.
All right. Folks, you heard it.
This game was lost media for a while, by the way, and I almost wish it still was.
I think you gotta go potty.
But initial attempts to recreate this game relied on like a VHS copy of this footage that existed that was partial, and people tried to do the Daphne Singe, which is the worst emulator I've ever used in my entire fucking life, to emulate like light gun games. They tried to piece it together using that footage, but then someone eventually dumped the actual Laserdisc, which we're seeing now, and we're using WinUAE as a wrapper for this. Get the maximum amount of points here. But yeah, I think they had Gallagher in for like a day when they made this, and a day was a day too long.
Let's see.
I don't obviously remember everything I wrote in that article, but
I pulled it up. Unfortunately for everyone, I'm reading from your article.
Oh no, not this fucking minigame. This one's impossible. This is where I gave up last time.
I pulled up from your article here. It says, unfortunately for everyone involved, the so-called comedian accepted to do this, and a film shoot was scheduled to overlap with returning through Albuquerque. By Robert's account, Robert Greb.
Yeah, who ran the company.
By Robert's account, Gallagher turned out to be a total prima donna, just a pain in the ass to work with. But ALG eventually got the footage they needed and set about implementing it into their most surreal game to date.
Okay, we got past the mouse minigame. That I struggled for 10 minutes on that the last time I tried streaming this. So this might be a full playthrough of Gallagher's Gallery.
Wrong thing.
You should all be so lucky.
Hi, welcome to Gad's Gadget Land. Your stuff's broke, huh? Well, I could take forever to fix it for lots of money. Or you could fix it right now with one of these.
According to Robert, they ended up selling 10 of these.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, shoot the burnt toast.
Good toast sounds. Quick. Hey, Gallagher made you laugh.
No, American Laser Games did.
Okay.
There's a fine line. There's a distinction.
Get it just right, and the gum comes out.
Don't get it twisted.
Look, there's a bogey at 12 o'clock.
Oh, it's cool they make you play the same minigame twice in a row. Or with a game in between them because of the randomization they used to pull different stuff off the disc. Not being consistent. Yeah, I think we might actually do it, though. We might actually get there. We might actually complete a game on stream tonight. Wasn't expecting to do that.
May be able to hit that button.
Usually at the grocery.
No, that's all right.
Hate spinach.
Don't shoot the cherries. Oh, you did
totally
the thing where
shot
it didn't shoot again.
I hate eggs.
Save the children. Shoot the school lunches.
Gotta love squibs. You can have a lot of fun with squibs.
Yeah. I like how you can see the remains of them, too, at the bottom of the things. Well, you see it's just sticking out.
You know, with CRT blends. Who put tannerite in those cakes?
Diets.
Have the lady reaction on that one back there.
All right. We're on to the final bonus round, which means we're nearly at the final.
Oh, the final boss.
Congratulations.
Oh God, I was right.
You made it to Gallagher's Gallery. Now we'll see how strong a shot you really are. And if you get through this, then you get to challenge me to the colossal, to the stupendous, to the death by melon.
All right, just one more gauntlet.
Fans, let's go one-on-one. You shoot the ball before I make the basket.
I mean, it seems like he made the basket, but
I'm not taking any chances on this. In fact, let me give myself some more bullets, too.
Step right.
I feel like the easiest thing to do would have been to shoot Gallagher in that case.
I don't know if there's a better way to do this one. I got the stars. I assume that would be the win state.
These lollies
Oh.
score points by golly.
Now, I think American Laser Games did eventually, like, iron this out in the sequel, No Gallagher's Gallery.
Simon says, remember the sequence. Shoot.
Was that red or...
Red.
Because the one on the left lights
Yes,
up too.
yes, I know.
Did I shoot it twice? God!
Shoot these birds before they...
Okay.
Behind a wave, you're out of luck.
I think I lost that one, but I think it's letting me continue mercifully. Hey, Charkie, this game's not good. Just in terms of like a shooting gallery game, None of these set pieces are particularly good. The hit detection is fucked. I lost that, which means we need to start from the beginning of that gauntlet again.
They fly through the air with
Need to, we say.
shoot the pins, but not the clowns, please. You know, if you were doing good at this, there'd be a crowd around you.
I was waiting for him to finish his instructions. I was supposed to shoot in the middle of that.
Congratulations.
Look, I'm a bit of an American
By the
laser
way-
games apologist, but this is...
Now we'll see how
And excuse me, Gallagher, we do have a crowd here.
they are. And if
Thanks for joining us.
this, then you get to. Here's some target practice. Go.
Now, I wonder if this screen's flashing is not going to show up on stream, because it's
I
pretty
don't see it.
severe. Yeah. All right, so I configured that correctly. Thank you, Screen Flash Filter, for OBS. Saving the show. You can see there's... I can actually use this as a timeout, so I'm supposed to be behind what I'm shooting by, like, a half second, it looks like.
Let's play.
That's good to know.
Cool. You hit the loose balls. I'll put them in the rack.
All right, so shoot behind.
Definitely ran out of ideas for this one.
What if you have to shoot them in order? What if you have to identify them by color? Fuck!
Well,
Shoot these birds before they duck. Behind a wave, you're out of luck.
I'm glad this is preserved. To be genuine, I am glad this is preserved. I wish it was the state of emulation on this was better, was smoother. If it would register some of my inputs, would be nice.
All Hail Magumbo calls this WarioWare for dipshits.
Let's play.
That's how you can tell I'm having fun. When I'm making those kinds of sounds, that's, you know, Cassidy is having a gay old time on stream. Give myself extra coins. Extra bullets, I should say. No!
Jesus Christ.
Congrats. They fly through the air with the greatest of ease. Shoot the.
Folks,
Pro
give me
Sucker says I
all
feel
the
bad
bullets.
for. Pro Sucker says I feel bad for people who bought this game in the time. According to that article I read,
Oh, we made it!
that was
We
about
made
10
it!
people.
By melon. This is the target you're going to be shooting at. This is the melon you're going to try to save. That was your practice run. Get ready now. Play.
Oh, and that was it. I fucked up. So what's supposed to happen is you shoot the sign and it turns them around.
Easier.
Oh wait, no, he's giving me another chance. Okay.
All right.
This is death. Get ready now.
Ow.
I don't know how many times I need to hit it, but I guess we're gonna find out.
Now.
Fuck.
Get ready now.
This sucks.
Yeah.
You know, if you were doing good at this, there'd be a crowd around you.
We've actually gotten more of a crowd since the last time we said that.
That's kind of incredible in its own right.
Get ready now.
What if I just keep shooting the center? Will that work? No.
Get ready now.
Ready now.
Folks, be glad for the
screen flash filter.
screen flash thing, because my room is hell right now. I have this on a big screen TV. The whole thing is just flashing up.
Oh, I won.
They told you to fuck off?
We did it.
Oh wait, you won?
Yeah, we won one.
Oh, I thought you failed it.
No, if you just keep shooting the center, it always ends with him smashing a melon because you gotta send the folk home happy, but or you know, happy, quote unquote. Anyway, hit my fucking victory screen. Thank you. That is well earned on my part, if I do say so myself. Believe it or not, that wasn't the end of the show today. We still have like a few more games to go.
We still have like an hour left. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so we're doing okay on time then. Even though there's a few of these that I kind of want to dive into a little more than others. Didn't expect to spend so much time on Gallagher's Gallery, but I was on a streak there. And you know when you're playing Gallagher's Gallery and you're in the zone, you know how it goes. The next game we have to show tonight is a bit of a cheat in that it is not necessarily centered around a comedian in like the branding and the contents of the game like the other ones have been, but there is a comedian's name in the title of the game, in the full title of the game. That game would be The Wacky World of Miniature Golf with Eugene Levy for the Philips CDI. RetroPal fans might recognize some of this immediately if crossover audience is
All right,
here.
Which one of those two is Eugene Levy?
He just does voiceover.
Okay.
But this will hopefully work. Which is to say that Philips CDI emulation is not great. Only a small handful of games are supported. This may or may not be one of them. I've had some luck playing some of this game, but that's all I can promise you. So if it crashes, then we're donezo with it for at that point.
Balting says, has Bad Game Hall of Fame ever acknowledged Revolution X? We have now.
We'll get to it in time. It's not bad. Revolution X is fine. It's fun. It's frivolous. It's Aerosmith, baby. All right, I can actually control this with a mouse. So that's the way we're going to do it. Oh, I can tell the audio is too low on that one. Try it like this. So this was developed in-house by Philips' Sidewalk Studio, which handled a few Philips CDI games.
Wow.
Wow, wow. See, I'm calling this a comedian game because Eugene Levy features heavily in it. And that's good enough for me.
Ah, the good old days, when miniature golf was a quaint but risky pastime. The problem was, either it was too hot or too wet.
Adjust that volume.
Eugene Levy's Wet Mini Golf.
That's rated AO, that one is.
Dangerous. But that was then. And this is now. Hey, greetings, putters. I'm Rollo the Goofball.
I guess Eugene Levy is the voice of the golf ball, is Rollo. Okay.
The miniature golf
I forgot.
It picks up where the other golf courses leave off. You're about to enter a fully enclosed, climate-controlled marvel of CDI mini-golf technology, and I'll be your guide.
I love this 1 pixel thick drawing stuff.
The comfort of your own living.
No, it's a great look. This is
I know. I'm not being
sarcastic. Yeah.
I'm not being sarcastic. I love this look.
Please. Thanks for reminding me, you oversized can opener. Sorry about the delay. Now, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4! Welcome to the clubhouse, your first stop at Wacky Golf. This is where you'll get everything you need for that first tee out.
All right, I can.
So look around if you like. You can.
Let me skip the rest of that. Let's just get right into it.
You can. Oh well, fuck me. I guess. Sure. Go ahead and golf if you're so fucking impatient.
Number 2 goes after number 1. You're.
All right, let's select a character.
Voila! Now that you've signed in, here's where you get to choose your stand-in golfer. And these are 12 of the miniature golf world's finest athletes. Once you've made your choice, whenever you see
a lot of good choices.
The guy on the far right, I think he might actually be pretty cool. Might be a pretty cool dude once you get to know him.
Press an action button. Looks
Got
like
that feeling.
there's no carts, so start walking.
All right, par 3, limit 9.
With my bike hole. Wearing a helmet on this hole is mandatory, and not just because of the bikes. You could get hit with a golf ball.
Also, I was
Nicky
noticing,
Borg
is the
says that's
gamma
one of the-
boosted on this?
People are pointing out that I accidentally picked the Game Grump. No, never mind. I take it back about being cool.
Alright, so this is how the game is played. It's all timing. I'm gonna hit it while these people are crossing. No.
Nope. I think you shouldn't be imagining this as, like, if I hit the ball now, would they...
No, that is the entire point of the game, though, is to literally, like, time it with the animations. These are the only 3 inputs you have. There is no power. There is no anything.
Here's what I'm thinking. Is that if you imagine that if I hit the ball now and the world stopped moving... Nope, I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Is it just a guessing game if you do it left or right? Then?
It's trial and error. It's figuring out what the angle of approach is and what the timing is.
Are you gonna get, like, mercy ruled out here at a certain
Yeah,
point?
after 9 attempts, they will indeed do that to me. God damn it. I think it's left, and I think I wait for them to be off screen.
Can you just call security on them?
Oh! There we go. We solved the puzzle.
That is Eugene Levy's wet mini golf. I like this animation.
It's cute. It's mildly amusing.
Yeah.
It's the best game we've played tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to take that. Golf course?
The maid in the
Part 2.
hole. Don't yell 4 on this hole, or everybody will think it's the afternoon coffee break.
What?
Yeah.
Ah, boy. Not looking forward to timing this one out.
Ah,
Oh, wait, no. We actually made it past some of it by sight.
I mean, I guess it was a part 2, so.
God damn it.
Oh. Bye.
I guess we start from the beginning again.
Oh no. I'll just do what you did last time.
Except better.
There we go.
And this time, I think, wait for an actual gap. No, it's gonna... Fuck me. At least we can skip those animations. Can I skip this hole? Can I just be like, nah, we good?
Welcome back to
Ugh.
Nope. Yeah, there we go.
You gotta get to the shark one at least. That's my fave. It's all hail Mogambo. I can't make any promises.
Are you sure it's forward? And not, like, at an angle for
I just tried
some
left.
undiscernible reason? That looked like it was middle to me.
You can't skip these
Like,
animations. You can skip the lose animations or, you know, the ball getting destroyed animation, but you can't skip the ball actually in play. Let's try right. I don't know what I was expecting.
I really didn't see it go, like, left the last time. I thought I saw it say middle when you did it.
This is left. Maybe I did X. Oh.
stroke limit. You've reached the stroke limit. You can press the give up sign and go to the next hole, or you can stay and play. No pain, no gain. But remember, now that you've reached the stroke limit, your score for this hole is final.
Well, next hole.
Yeah. Give up.
Looks like your meter's expired. Time to let someone else take a shot at it.
I'm hoping we get to the next one. I'm hoping we get to the shark one.
The American Dream Hole.
Where you get to own your own home, your own swimming pool.
Good morning, USA.
Eugene Levy is American Dad. This might be the worst hole in the game from my memory.
Right, well, you made it past the lawnmower. Don't do that.
I wasn't trying to. I'm trying to time it. If he's running past at the time I do it, you figure that would mean... Jesus.
Eugene Levy comes back. Wow, you're a dick. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Good boy. Take it to the hole. Oh.
No such luck. There must be, like, a singular, like, frame that you can hit it on to get, like, the hole-in-one, potentially.
Oh.
Next time, try one of these.
But also, you know, for just getting it to go in the hole from here, from that position.
I was to say, what if it, like, went to the gutter at the very end there, and it was like, well, you did it at the wrong time, try again.
A lot of effort for these animations. Quite long animations, too. And for what? For the Philips CDI?
Is this the shark level?
Whole of Atlantis.
It might
The
be.
greatest advantage to underwater golf is that it's impossible to get struck by lightning.
Eugene Levy not bringing his A material for this one. Fuck off, Octopus. Let's try hitting it right.
You want the fact for this?
I don't know if that's going to help with the fact that I just have horrible timing, but...
What was this level called?
Atlantis. Okay, let's wait for it to go all the way to the left. You tried on either extreme, and it doesn't work.
After the anchor goes to the right, wait for it to head back to the left, then press the button when it is partially over the putting path.
Did they say a direction for it? Does it have to be left or right or middle?
Middle.
It's usually middle.
After it goes to the right, I think it's while it's moving back to the left and is partially over. There you go. You want to go for a hole-in-one on the next one?
You know, yeah, sure, why not?
You've beheld the wonders of...
Nishi wins the...
You will now forget all that you have seen. Repeat this phrase. Atlantis does not exist.
Atlantis does not exist.
Sorry, I was looking at the fact. Did you finish the Atlantis level?
What's Atlantis? Atlantis doesn't exist.
The hole on the wrong side of the track.
Is it pulling these up randomly?
Yes, it is random.
A demonstration
Okay.
of national resolve to get things done.
Alright, you want to try for a hole-in-one?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. When the white train is in the middle of the putting path, where the path encompasses half of the second car and half of the third car in the foreground, and
What
you're
the
hitting
fuck
it left.
are you talking about?
Alright, so hit it. You're gonna hit it left. When the white train is
Which
in the middle of
one?
the...
There's two trains, and both of them have white
When the
train
path-
cars on them.
Where the path... What's this? Half of the second car, half of the third... Okay, so you see how there's three cars? 1, 2, 3? When that center line between 2 and 3 is dead center.
I don't understand that at all.
Okay, you see there are 3 trains passing right in front of you in the foreground, right? And there's 1, 2, 3 cars. The white train.
I see two. I
1,
see
2,
1,
3.
2, 1, 2. Are you talking train cars on the trains? Are you talking white train on the top or bottom track? Are you talking about...
White train on the foreground track. White train on the foreground track, all right? And there's the lead car, there's a middle car, and there's an end car. You see them? There's 3.
Sure.
And you see there's a line that separates each one. There's 2 lines going down vertically, right?
Sure.
Are we not seeing the same game?
I'm seeing it, but I don't know what anything you're saying means in terms of timing.
Let me help you real quick. Do a sec. And bop. Okay. Cass, look at the chat real quick. If I can pull up chat again. Here we go.
Elvis, the cultural advisor, says this is a who's on first level failure to communicate. Yes.
Do you see this, Cass?
Sure.
That separation between those 2 cars, when that is in the middle of the putting, in the middle of the green there, that's when you hit it.
I hit it on the precise frame that you screenshotted.
You were very close. You were not the precise frame, because I can't screenshot on the precise frame. When...
So there's a one frame opportunity window here.
Yes.
Exactly. Listen, one
if,
frame.
If you're going to get into fighting games, you're going to need to learn how to do this.
This is hell.
That's way too soon.
I'm skipping this fucking hole. I'm just
load up
mashing it. You would need the mouse. Also, hitting left seems like just doesn't work. It seems like no matter... Okay, good. Thank God.
Like 2 frames before this. Right here.
That's okay. That's all right. I'll take the loss on that one.
Shark soup. There you go.
Shark soup hole. Just when you thought it was safe to go back on the putting green, here comes the only miniature golf hole with teeth. With teeth! Oh, I'd kill myself sometimes.
All right. This one you'll have to understand. Wait for the shark to jump in the right pool, and then press the button when it is totally immersed on the right side.
Well, I'm going to do it wrong once, at least, so we can see the shark animation.
Sure.
All right.
There's your hole-in-one. Also, that's literally the only way to do this, because there's no way to get it short.
How's the wife? Well,
we couldn't think of a punchline, so...
Folks, that's the wacky world of miniature golf. I hope that was worth it. That was a great level. That was a... I'm glad we held out for that incredible comedy bit. Let's move on to the next game, which I am dreading.
You're dreading a game on this night full of comedy? Well, that's news to me.
Dennis Miller. That's Dennis Miller even. That's news to me. It's remember Dennis Miller? Remember Weekend Update on SNL? Remember when he was the host of it?
No. I know he was there, but I don't remember a single thing about him.
Because he wasn't Norm Macdonald, who is the only
I'm fully aware of what I'm
host
doing.
that matters
Can you
for my Weekend Update. This is a 3DO game developed and published by Sanctuary Woods, who I think also did the Shelley Duvall game, It's a Bird's Life. Or a Dog's Life. I can't remember the name of that game.
I think it's Birds.
But yeah, before that, they did this for the 3DO in 1994. It's loading right now. You see?
Oh,
There
it
we
is.
go.
It is time for a stream snack. New stream snack.
Stream snack alert.
These are Smucker's Uncrustables with Nutella filling.
That could be
Now,
good.
They don't say Nutella. They don't say they're Nutella, but they are Nutella.
I really gotta make sure the volume is spot on with this one. Let's try 14 decibels. All right. So this isn't a video game. It is literally just a joke-telling machine for the year of 1994.
I'm sorry. The first thing when you load up the game is just Dennis Miller staring at you perturbedly, and the words "Iran-Contra affair."
So here's the controls. This is it. You can just listen to all his comedy bits. Let's hear his riff on the Iran-Contra affair. Notice that impact font, by the way. This is pre-meme. This is pre-impact images, like image macros with just like impact font on them. They called it in 1994. Anyway, let's hear Dennis Miller riff on this.
President Bush ran into Caspar Weinberger after he was charged in the Iran-Contra affair. Bush reportedly said, "Pardon me." Weinberger replied, "No, pardon me."
This is really good. The Nutella thing. This is really good.
Let's hear what his Clinton riff is.
President Clinton and his cabinet left for Camp David today to conduct encounter-style sessions about how to trust, share, and learn. Later, Hillary plans to make pot brownies, and Bill will lead the group in a sing-along of Kumbaya.
That's barely a joke.
Nice voice crack. One take Miller.
These Oscar nominees. But you know what's great about this game is that it's timeless. Is that it's the kind of game that you can keep around forever because the jokes will just never get old. They definitely weren't old the day it released to be able to guess at like Oscar nominees and news articles.
I mean, it's the same Oscar nominees every February, so you just select February and it's the joke.
The Oscar nominations are in. Jay Davidson was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and The Crying Game was nominated for Best Picture.
No, abort. I don't want to hear his Crying Game joke. I absolutely do not want to hear his riff on the Crying Game. That's okay. We'll go on to sports.
I think the best goalie in the National Hockey League is this kid from Montreal, Patrick Waugh. He turns
now more about the Crying Game.
Mormon.
We missed the punchline there, so we're never gonna know what is. Anyway, all these months have at least 3 gags in them, so you do like 3 times 12, those like 36, give or take. Maybe there's like 50. I don't know. Let's do some showbiz for the Wonder Years. Okay, let's hear it.
16-year-old Fred Savage was slapped with a sexual harassment suit by the Wonder Years' former costume designer. She claims Savage and co-star Jason Hervey made unwelcome physical advances and asked her to have an affair with them. She said the problems began during a costume fitting for an episode entitled Kevin's First Jockstrap.
Oh, you stink!
I don't even know why I let that one play it. I should have abandoned ship on that one too. Just what category? Let's go out on Bill's staff. Let's see it. Let's hear this March political riff.
Bill Clinton has been busy filling positions in his White House staff. This isn't exactly the most wizened group of politicos. Most of them think that Taft-Hartley was Bob's brother on the old Newhart show.
This is the worst thing we've played tonight, right?
This might be one of the worst things ever. I mean, barely a game again. There's I cannot stress enough how little there is. There's no objective. There's no score. There's nothing. Okay, this is one we're going out on.
No, wait.
Environmentalists squared off over the spotted owl this month in Portland. I don't see what the loggers have against these birds. I like the spotted owl. Tastes a little like chick.
Someone asked they can't find a single credit for this game. Well, guess what? C-Button just brings you to the credits.
I was going to say, I think I could guess at least one person who was in the credits.
Those are the credits. I hope you got that, recorded that, do what you will with that. Get those credits up on game FAQs if they're not already there.
The Moby games.
I'm just looking at.
Listen, I'm not positive, but I feel like Dennis Miller's face with "Who cares" next to it is good thumbnail material.
Let me make sure I have.
Maybe
that.
there's something better, but.
All right, got it. Farewell tour. We'll go out on the farewell tour.
President Bush visited Somalia in a farewell tour. Maybe if he wasn't visiting all those other countries in the first place, he wouldn't be saying farewell.
All right, cool. That's what we'll go out on. Thank you, Dennis Miller. You comedy fucking genius. I almost don't even want to go on after that one.
Surely it can only go up.
Well, I think the next one's at least a video game. Let me get the cover art for it, as I like to do. Oh boy, let me read this one in my mind first before I try to read it out loud. Okay. Matsumura Kunihiro den Saikyou no Rekishi wo Nurikaero. That's as close as I'm going to get with that.
That is some box art.
Yeah, this is developed by Office Kukan, published by Shohei System, who published a few different things. I don't remember anything offhand, but I at least know the publisher name. Do not know the developer name at all on this one. Do not recognize an Office Kukan. But I do recognize this game. I do recognize, I do know what we're getting ourselves into to at least some extent. This isn't translated, but I think I can stumble my way through the menus with any luck at all and at least get us into some gameplay.
You know what we haven't had in a long time for this stream?
What?
Jokes. So I brought some up. I got some here. Some video game jokes for kids.
Perfect.
Video game jokes for kids.
From the same book, from the book I'm looking at right now, 300 video game jokes?
I just Googled it.
Oh, okay, good. I'll get into the game, and you can give me some of those jokes I've heard so much about.
Do you have any background on this first, by the way?
I would have if I had remembered to write my notes down. The cursed stream continues in that I completely forgot to... we mentioned earlier I forgot to write down the notes for the rest of the games.
Because your computer died.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, this guy did a lot of impersonations. Kunihiro, that is. I remember this game has digitized sprites, as we are seeing here, combined with 2D art, with drawn caricatures.
Let's see. I can be semi-useful here and pull this up. That according to Wikipedia, yeah, he's an impressionist. He did impersonations of Beat Takeshi,
of course.
Original host of the hit comedy reality show Tsusume Denpa Shonen.
Have you guessed what kind of game this is yet, by the way?
It's like Fortune Street? Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
All right.
Cass.
Yeah.
How do you get a Bulbasaur on a bus?
Do tell.
You Pokemon. You poke him on.
That's dire. As is this game.
How does Sonic the Hedgehog get a hold of his friend Tails?
Gives him a ring.
Yep, exactly. Got in one.
I cannot figure out any of the inputs here. I mean, I can figure out I know that buttons work and do things, but I couldn't tell you which ones are supposed to correspond to what actions, because all the moves are like weird warps and rotating. Okay, so it's supposed to be a jump, but sometimes it's... No, up on the D-pad is jump. People are going in and out of the foreground, even though it is a one-plane game, as far as I can tell.
Why do they call it the PS4? because there are only 4 games worth playing.
That's almost a joke.
Some weird fucking like. Oh, this is from Xbox's official website. That's why. This was from 2022. The PS5 was already fucking out, and we're out here publishing PS4 has no games jokes.
I don't know if I can make it past the first enemy in this game. The controls are absolutely incomprehensible. I cannot begin to describe to you how this game controls because I haven't figured it out. There's a lot of animations. You can give it credit for that. If I mash this square button on my PS4 controller, whatever it matches up to on SNES, well, I can heal by pressing R. What he was doing, when you get out all the way like to the side of the screen, you can hold down R1 to heal. I think that's my stun state, when my head is doing that little tilty thing.
What can you do to cure hunger in Minecraft? Eat 3 square meals.
I'm giving this another shot. One more shot.
Xbox was struggling, but they really turned it around for the 360.
Ugh.
This is a wait. They're telling a fucking story of this series of jokes here. My girlfriend told me our relationship. This is the website, by the way, is Mom versus the Boys. So I guess this is mom jokes. Like, my girlfriend told me our relationship was over because I was spending too much time playing games. I think it may have been my destiny to break up with her. It was nothing personal. It was just time for a switch. My girl and I were in love, but we just couldn't be together. We weren't on the same level. Why are there so many of these in a row about breaking up with your girlfriend?
The writer was going through it. The joke writer was going through something. I cheated at the end there because I was so close to winning.
Hey, what's a gamer's favorite type of fish? Cod.
Very good. All right, that's one opponent down. Let's see what the next one looks like. I wonder if there's any sort of scene around this game. If that one Sailor Moon game on SNES can have one. If, like, all the worst fighting games in the universe can have one, this one has to have someone. Oh, no.
A creeper walks into a bar. Everybody dies. That's literally the entire thing, what it says.
Some people are saying they've seen this in mystery tournaments, so that's good. And then someone's saying I missed a game. There's a comedy game I missed. Double check that one for me. I'm sure this isn't the most exhaustive list. I'm sure I've missed a few.
Oh, because in Ski or Die, the shopkeeper is named Rodney, and he is just straight up a Rodney Dangerfield.
All right, so that doesn't actually fit our criteria. I was
Yeah.
looking for games that are centered, that are marketed around their comedic talent. This is obscene. Just everything about this.
You know what isn't obscene? These 40+ video game jokes that will help you level up the laugh, whatever that means. This is from The Dad. It's jokes
What is this
for dads.
animation supposed to be, by the way? I know you're telling jokes, but what is this supposed to be? I need to pause to see what the frame that it's like going in between is. Can I
that frame?
Yeah, what is this? Why this frame?
You know, like, he's twitching.
Well, R.I.P. Matsumura Kunihiro. I don't know if he's alive or dead in real life.
He's
but
alive.
He is dead in the game. Okay.
He suffered a heart attack, but he recovered.
Very good. There's 2-player mode in this. That's all right for now. I think we might have to look into that game again because that was truly baffling.
From the dad for dad jokes. Last one. There are 2 reasons I don't let my wife use my PS4. I don't have a PS4 and I don't have a wife.
But Tish.
Really going through it, these parents.
We have 3 games left. I'm going to skip one of them I had here. I was originally going to include a little bit of multimedia celebrity poker with Jonathan Frakes, Morgan Fairchild, and Joe Piscopo. Giant Bomb aficionados fans will recognize this one for Jonathan Frakes' terrifying visage and Joe Piscopo being the comedian on this panel. It tells some real zingers. There's literally a button you can press. It's just a standard poker game, but you can literally press a button to make him tell jokes. I don't feel like booting this up right now. Make me
laugh, funny boy.
We have bigger things we have bigger fish to fry right now, as far as these games are concerned. I'm also skipping Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors, which is recommended to us multiple times. This is famously the game that includes Desert Bus, famously not released. It is a joke game, it is a comedy game, and Penn and Teller are funny, but I wouldn't call them comedians. So it kind of, I mean, they definitely have them as like pure comedy, but they're magicians first and foremost. Therefore, I did not feel like we should include it in the purview of this. Also, it's a game that never came out. Never actually released. It's just the prototype that's kicking around. Which, unfortunately, for us means the next game we'll be playing for MS-DOS. No, I'm sorry, not MS-DOS. This is actually a proper... this is a Windows game. This is Windows 90. Released 1997. It's A Fork in the Tail, starring everyone's favorite, Rob Schneider. Now, this is the cover to the game, but there is another graphic I'm going to have to bring up here, and it is the magazine ad flyer for this game. The way they advertise this particular title. Think FMV sucks? Think again.
I'm waiting for this thing to come. Ooh. Ooh.
In fact, let me zoom in on this. Let me read this. Let me read some of the ad copy on this. I'm just going to bring it up on mine. I'm not going to try moving it around the screen. Okay. Think about fast, seamless, 15 frames per second video. Even on a 2x drive. Think about an immersion engine trademark projecting live action so fast you'll make split-second decisions just to stay alive. Think about 5 CDs packed with adventure, puzzles, and special effects. It's all in A Fork in the Tail. The new game that's so fast, so interactive, you're killed 6 times in the first 10 minutes. If this game doesn't change the way you think about FMV, nothing will. Not convinced? Get the free demo.
You know, it's 15 frames per second, but it feels like 60.
And what Rob Schneider is saying in the bottom of the ad copy here is, thanks to me and a half dozen other outrageous stand-up comedians, there are so many laughs in A Fork in the Tail that FMV now stands for Funny with My Voice. Will be the...
I'm not even pulling up the soundboard for that one.
Yeah, no, Rob Schneider doesn't get a soundboard. I am going to boot into my Windows 98 machine for this one.
The days of calling in to a number to get a demo for a game.
Oh no, there might be an issue with my C drive on my virtual machine. I'm going to skip it. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, there's other comedians in this. I think this has like an all-star cast of D-list comedians that Rob Schneider got a payday for.
Pauly Shore?
No, I'm talking like D-list. Like I'm talking F-list. I'm talking people who have like you've never even heard of before. I certainly don't know any other person in this game, but they're all stand-ups by some account, by some report. I'm gonna have to check the audio levels on this once we get into the actual game. I have the Fork in the Tail CD inserted. That's good. Pay no attention to the other games I have installed on this. They're all bad. Alright, and I'll stream this out to you in a second. Yeah, it's gonna need a boost. Alright, so this one, from my memory, moves very quick. So we're not gonna have time to like...
15 frames per second.
So we're not gonna have time to really like interrogate the decisions that you make in this game. I'm just gonna have to gonna have to act on instinct on this one.
What a beautiful day. I wish I could whistle or something, you know?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh,
thank you.
Brother, we gotta get out of this.
I need to boost it even more.
We gotta get out of here. Give me the band.
No, I can't give you the band. No,
we gotta get out of there.
It's making decisions on its own because I'm not clicking quick enough. Oh, funny.
Hey, let's all remember our conflict resolution class. Hey, I know Kung Fu, and he's on his way over.
This is a nightmare.
You can't do it, can you?
Like, you didn't wisecrack.
Here. Take this. It's your only chance. Look for me on the other side.
Lady, get off my foot.
Are you getting isekai'd?
Damn.
Is this an isekai?
You'll see.
Yeah, that's it. The island. Let's go.
This is actually good. You've been hit pretty hard.
I'll try to hit the wisecrack button more often, as much as possible.
Lower interior wall, and we have him on IVs and normal saline at this time.
Good for blood pressure.
He's 40 over palpated.
And if he's 1,000 normal saline, wine.
He has a sick temporary cat.
You got him the monitor.
You have been
He's
chosen,
hacking out.
my son.
He's hacking out. We're gonna have to shock him at this time. We're gonna shock him at this time.
Nice try.
Patient's been shocked.
Someone asked in chat, Gaskin asked, do you think this game was originally dead serious and they saw how bad it was and had to get it funnied up partway through development? That might entirely be the case. That might very well be. Oh, wisecrack.
Always wait an hour after getting shot before going in the water.
I could barely hear that because of the audio mixing in this game.
Yep.
This is like heaven, like paradise, like the Jersey Shore.
Let's go into the ocean. Let's drown ourselves.
Too bad horses aren't afraid of water. Why can't they be riding cats? Hi, fish. Or do you prefer fishes or fishies?
This is a quip a minute.
I believe somebody's gonna make a handbag out of that guy's head.
Oh, I didn't click on the turtle quick enough. They give you like a second to decide on an input.
You have 15 frames.
They saw me.
Am I being punished? Sure, I burned some ants when I was 5. Who didn't?
Oh, I again did not decide in time. I guess it picked the right thing for me.
Where you going, loser? Looks like you made a stupid move.
What if never clicking anything, like, automatically chooses the correct path?
Only winning move is not to play?
I've arrived at
Yeah.
the castle, and there are the bad guys. 2 more. All right. No one can see me behind this cactus. How you doing, guys? I'm the janitor. Just going inside.
I think Gascan's right.
Yeah, that was supposed to be serious at some point. They just had Rob Schneider get in the booth and riff on it.
Yeah. I know this is supposed to be medievally, but like, this is totally like some sort of like college ground
yeah,
or something.
absolutely.
Huh? What?
Hi there.
Who are you?
I built this
Booney?
centuries ago. I know all its secrets.
Passages or gossip? I just want to get out of here.
Now hold your horses. Now listen, you want to get back home, you have to earn it. Now you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Bring me some info and a side order of fries and I'll help you escape. And don't eat any, because I'll know we got a deal.
Sure.
I'd love some help. Now, do you want to shake with that?
That's okay. My hands shake on their own. But there's just one bit of advice that I may give you that just might help you. Everything happens for a reason. Now, we could sit around here and we could complain about the cards that we've been dealt, or we could take advantage of what...
Can I just skip this? Can I just... I don't actually care. Let's get to the wise
thumbs down, but the thumbs down button that keeps popping up every now and then.
Why don't you check the lab? You may recognize...
Oh, I'm clicking, and that just means that there's no input here.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to the right this time.
Like, is this supposed to be like a medieval thing? Because they're not trying.
Wow, look how shiny that thing is. He must really polish it. The bracelet, too.
Tish. Let's get into some combat. I want to get into some of the combat in this game.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
This has got to be it. No, I just got captured instead.
Ow! Thank you!
Yeah, you really have, like, no time to think about anything in this.
I saw
Puzzle?
him in the parking lot working in the lab. He's a scientist. He had a poster saying, "Scientists do it with a beaker." Just kidding.
Now, where do you want to go?
To start with, as far away from you as possible.
I cannot make heads or tails of what's going on here. And I think that's by design.
Yeah, that was an advertised feature in that ad copy.
I guess we're going here. Did I do something? Did I accomplish anything? Did I
know I made basically the same joke earlier tonight, but looking forward to the limited run games re-release of this.
Oh, I think this took us back to the beginning of the game. I think it's like literally supposed to be like a level select of some sort. In the memories we make are scenes we can replay for different permutations. Alright, here we go. This is what combat, quote-unquote combat in this game looks like.
To finding her.
That smells the horse, mister. Bye!
Looks like dollars in the mall. Well.
Whoa, Nelly! I didn't mean to move. It just self-survival instinct kicking in. It's no good.
So yeah, you need to see what direction they're going to attack you from and then dodge in the opposite direction, you see?
Slow down your horsey. I'm doing a little...
I'm gonna guess right.
Nice horse.
There we go.
I must go. After all, I may be an oceanographer, but more importantly, I am a French man.
Great accent work. Great impression work, Rob Schneider.
It feels like he was losing that accent he was going for as he was doing it, and then had to put that in at the end to remind himself what he was attempting.
To remind the audience what he was attempting.
Get back in there. I think I saw somebody go back there. No, get on your horse. Over there. Come on.
Man, even these actors are just improvising.
Can you take this band off? You know, I'm not really into that kinky stuff.
I can't take it off. I'm sorry you got involved in this. I put the band on you to help you.
You almost got me killed. Unless I'm already dead.
Fine. Good luck to you.
Okay, goodbye. And good luck to you.
I think that was the wrong choice to make there.
I made it.
I think she was supposed to explain the plot of the game to me.
Why start now? Nelson JD says, what if Holy Grail was really bad?
Nobody's home.
That's what I get for picking right.
The shell entered just above the right atrium. I can't Can't find it.
Dropping. Pressure down to 40.
75 of lidocaine, IV push. Just about got it. The shell is lodged right above the skull.
This is autobiographical. What if this is about the time Rob Schneider, like, got shot and almost died, and this is like he's to share this vision of the other side that he saw of the world.
Thank you for subscribing, KDX2A. Shows a hell of a game to subscribe, sure. What if I just drowned? What if I just drowned?
I'm Headful says I don't understand anything anyone has said.
Count money all your life.
I'll never put on a life jacket again.
Oh no, this is an underwater maze where you only have 2 options at any point in time.
Left or right? Left or right?
Can't find it.
Go down to the pancreas and hang a Louis. No.
Alright, so I guess this left twice, maybe.
I'm fully aware of
because
what
I would
I'm
assume
doing.
right would
Can
be the
you
shark,
see?
or is this different every time? Is it completely random? It's completely random.
V-Fib! We're losing him.
How many times could we die? Is there any sort of life tracker, or is it just perpetual? We literally just have to get lucky here in order to...
What if it's... Did you select left last time you did that?
That's a fork in the tail. That's alright. I do want to, before we go, I'm going to load the demo that was advertised, because this is one of the actual fights in the game. The demo is just a fight scene. So I do want to show how they tried to make a fight scene in an FMV game.
How would they have sent this? A demo CD. So they had to print out CD. I guess you would pay shipping and handling, right?
Or they would include this on whatever CD like would have it like as a demo, like, you know, like some shareware type disc thing. Cancel. Quit. I guess I gotta go backwards so I can go to my CD tray and actually insert the demo disc. Or do I even still have the demo disc? I probably deleted the demo disc and I wouldn't need to keep a disc on hand for a demo. So I guess I'm not going to show the fight scene off. Well, that'll do it for Rob Schneider. I think we can probably safely close out of that one, and our heads can start to like recover from that, from the whiplash we just suffered for the past however long that was. I do have one more game left with the last 15 minutes we have here, and I regret to inform you, I might have accidentally saved the worst for last.
Worse than Dennis Miller.
Again, like, you know, if I'm really thinking about it, that's not a real video game, so it doesn't even count.
Okay.
It would get like 0 stars, but not because, like, you know, like it's worse than a negative. It's just like it's not a game.
No, listen, don't throw your back out moving these goalposts. Be careful.
But this next game is most certainly a video game. It's even on the PlayStation 2, because we're jumping ahead 10 years. I should have mentioned that Fork in the Tail was a 1997 game, by the way. This is a 2007 game. Little Britain, the video game. I'm so sorry. This is from Blast Entertainment, who just published some of the best stuff on the PlayStation 2.
I'm fully
and
aware
Little
of what
Britain
I'm
was
doing.
a popular
Can
show
you see?
at a moment in time in the UK. And
According to the notes you made,
Can
it
you
starred
see?
Mo Howard, Curly Howard, and Larry Fine.
Oh, that's the wrong window. Let's make sure it shows the right window instead of just my collection of ISOs here. No, it's still the wrong window. Here we go. Yeah, 2 people submitted drink ups at the same time, by the way. So I know Baghead. I know Johnny Baghead knows full well what we're in for here. But this might be news to some other folk in here. This show was incredibly popular for a time on British airwaves and was incredibly dire. It was a sketch comedy show.
Britain,
And this is a minigame collection.
cultural capital of the world. The Sistine Chapel, British. Mozart's Requiem, British. The Great Wall of China, British. But none of that stuff would ever have been invented were it not for the people of Britain.
You seeing this? You hearing this?
The boys, the
Yep.
girls,
Okay, good.
monkey children that populate this well-fit country. Let's have it.
You ever played Jackass, the game on PS2?
I've seen it in motion, and I'm already getting vibes of it.
It's a lot like that. Oh god, we have to actually do this sequentially. I actually have to play this game to unlock the next game, to unlock the next game, etc. I will take it on medium.
Welcome on board. Our first stop is darkly noon for a visit to teenage mum Vicky Pollard. It's a school day, so Vicky has taken herself off to the park. Parks are very popular in Britain, with over 5...
This show was also wildly offensive.
Meet Vicky through the...
I was about to ask, what was this show like?
Bad. Just like really like a lot of like gross out humor, a lot of like bad slapstick, and a lot of like very like insensitive jokes about different groups of people, like the only gay man in Britain or whatever. And they just have like a guy playing like super effeminate, super fey, just like all like the gay stereotypes. This lady here is supposed to be like very posh, if I remember correctly.
But yeah, but you.
All right, that's left and right. This is hold down X.
CD. Yeah.
Great. I'm remembering how this controls now. All right, so I'm not going to be able to go between. I'm not going to be able to slalom this or whatever. Unless maybe I stop. No, even if I stop accelerating, it still doesn't work.
Why would you try to slalom this?
Because I need to collect as many CDs as possible. Oh. Nope, nope. Triangle's supposed to jump, right? Okay, there we go. Oh.
Ooh, good noise. Good noise.
I think that means I hit the minimum of what I need. Oh, I can actually slalom. I can... Okay, good. There's no penalty for fucking this up, so I can practice. The triangle button is supposed to jump, but sometimes it just doesn't. Oh, maybe circles jump? Or maybe it's just completely fucking arbitrary.
I saw there were tricks you could do with like 3 button combinations.
Oh, did I lose all my CDs when I... Or lose my meter when I... Jesus wept.
I have seen this. I do some just kind of poking around online for like worst games lists to like find ideas for things I haven't tried before that are kind of infamous. I have seen this top the list of several worst PS2 games of all times. Kind of things.
Yeah, British folk especially, who had to suffer this show, which is already indignity enough, and then had to suffer this game. It's, yeah. They're right to be, like, resentful. They're right to remember this and highlight it as a worst of all time. I'm trying to do tricks. I'm mashing buttons when we're up in the air, by the way, and it just wasn't accomplishing anything. We're missing some of the hilarious comedy stylings of this character actor.
I can't make out a single word.
But I still totally meant to do that, actually, if you didn't mind.
Oh my god, the jump is so delayed. I need to get here. Jump now. To barely make it onto the rail.
Now, see, that's good game design I see there, though, that after you've kind of left the rail, you still have a little bit of a grace period to jump. So by letting you stay off the rail for like a solid second before jumping again, you know, that's considerate game design.
We only need to get 50,000 points to unlock the next minigame, by the way, so...
Well, maybe you'll unlock 2 minigames.
Do me a favor, look up if there's a cheat for this, just to unlock all the games, so I can unlock some of the different ones after this.
Alright, let's see. Little Britain.
The video game.
I'm going to assume if I do Little Britain cheat codes, that it's not going to give me cheat codes for the television show.
Maybe for the DVD menu. I don't know.
Nothing on GameFAQs.
I cannot stress to viewers, just like, if you think I'm doing bad at this, you're not wrong. But it's also impossible.
Never came.
No cheats.
Great.
All I found are basically like completed save files.
I could do that. I could probably very quickly load that up, at least, if it came down to it. I'm trying to do tricks, by the way, for whatever it's worth. Also, 2 laps? That's adorable. That's cute. Thinking we would do this whole course twice.
Is this the worst you've played tonight?
In terms of like actual control, yeah, just like in terms of like being me getting like frustrated because like the basics of game design are completely lost on these people. Yeah, this is pretty uniquely terrible. I mean, this is like the fucking Three Stooges boxing stage is like the way it feels. That you just can't help but run into objects. It's amazing how many comedy games that we played tonight between that, Benny Hill, and this are just about like avoiding obstacles. Even though, like, you know, ostensibly a thing you'd want to see is like slapstick booberies, people running into those obstacles, but you lose points for that as opposed to gaining them.
What you're saying is Go-Go Hypergrind got it right.
Yeah, I suppose so. The only time you'll hear us credit that game here. Why have the things on the benches if there's just going to be this... Whatever. Why do I even ask this? You know, yeah, this is the worst just in terms of, like, it attempted to be a game and it failed completely. Like, Dennis Miller is the worst product, is the one that I would feel the worst, like, having, like, been robbed of my money for. You know? Oh my god, I missed this... That was going to be my opportunity to get, like, any points on the board.
Now, I'm assuming when time runs out, because you're still on lap 1, that you'll keep your score.
I would hope so. Time up.
I still totally meant to do that, actually, if you don't mind, if you didn't even know.
Loading. Let's see if we kept our points.
What if it just says try again?
Think of someone to blame and try again.
Alright, let me get a save.
Alright, I've sent it to you in the chat.
Thank you, that is much appreciated. Yeah.
Pick your poison on those.
Yeah, let me, I'll leave it on this wonderful screen. Here. Wait, hold on. Maybe challenge mode. Fuck. I thought that would work. Let me close out of it, actually. Then I'll open up my mem card manager and I'll install that save onto my memory card. Then I'll delete it immediately afterwards so it doesn't contaminate it.
I knew I shouldn't have closed that browser tab that had the jokes in them. Should have known this would come up again. On video game jokes funny.
Yeah, lay a real banger on us.
80 amusing video game jokes for game enthusiasts. They're all stealing from each other. They're all just the same jokes.
What do you expect? It's
Yeah, I know. What do gamers and musicians have in common? Their fans are super noisy.
I was gonna say they both enjoy scores.
Video games are great. They let you try your craziest fantasies. For example, on The Sims, you can have a job and a house.
It's almost something. Oh, I was showing my PS2 PCSX2 screen that entire time.
Yep. Why doesn't Mario... Folks, submit your vote for what game we play next on the... Oh,
nope, that's
mind.
Launchbox. God damn it. Here we go.
Why doesn't Mario like to use the internet? He's afraid of the browsers.
That's a stretch.
How do you know when a party's for a gamer? There are tons of streamers.
Let's hope this memory card worked. Let me hope that it's loading right now, you see.
Britain
indeed.
Britain.
There we go.
There you go.
This 100% save did not bother to play all the missions on all the difficulty levels. They just did the bare minimum of unlocking.
Fuck it. Why? Why would you? I don't blame him.
Slut. Old Haven. Pox. I believe this is the gay stereotype, so we'll go with that.
Oh, good.
Have you ever done it gay-wise? I have. It's a hoot. Here we are in the charming Welsh village of Llandwy Brefi, home of bottom enthusiast and out-gay man Daffyd Thomas. It would be a gay disaster if copies of gay magazines fell into the wrong hands. Manhandle Daffyd Thomas and collect as many copies of the magazine as you can while running down the villagers who are getting in the way. Push it real good.
Let's check back in with Dennis Miller on his thoughts on the crying game.
Yeah, so this character, I don't know if you got it, if you picked it up, but this guy is gay, and that's funny. Oh god, this is another one of these?
1, go!
I wouldn't be surprised if they were all one of these.
One of them was a shitty Pac-Man one, I know that much. Oh my god, this controls even worse, but everything moves too fast in this one.
This is 100% one of these.
A copy of Gay Times, please.
I can punch them, apparently, if I'm close enough. I want to try to knock someone out. Alright, how about you? Sorry, folk. Sorry, friend.
So when was this show on the air? 1992, right?
Early to mid-2000s. This game came out 2007. I have a hunch that all the levels that were only completed on easy are probably the levels like this. Alright, fuck this. Trying one of the other ones. And we could be done with this after this.
Yeah.
Sure, let's see.
Quarter to Tuesday, and over in Slut, old Trout Letty Bell is celebrating her birthday. It's a tradition here in Britain to give unwanted gifts on birthdays.
You know, I don't actually care about the any of this.
Where's all the frogs?
3, 2, 1, go! What's me froggy balloon? What's me froggy ornaments?
Lucky squash froggy.
What's me froggy balloon?
This is the worst whack-a-mole I've ever fucking played in my life.
What's me froggy balloon? What's me froggy ornaments?
Do you think this game is bad on purpose?
No, I think this Blast Entertainment dealt in dog shit.
I'm gonna look up their gameography. Would that be the word to use?
Yeah.
Because I had a sense of dread when I saw them, because I know I've seen them pop up on things I've played before, but I can't remember exactly what. Well, that page is...
I figured out how to cheat this. You keep hitting the center one, and eventually the frogs will jump into it. You see?
Oh, they
I
did
win.
They did Mr. Bean. They did an American Tail.
Oh, that PS2 American Tail game?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. It's all coming back to me. Hey, I won a game.
The games don't let me down. They did the Water Horse Legend of the Deep. Ooh.
Smooth as a baby lady.
I know that game.
Clothing. I'd like to shake you by the hand and let you continue on this magnificent tour. But first, let's take a moment to visit Darkly Noon and see what
they did. Beverly Hills Cop.
They published it.
Her life.
It was not developed by Revolution Studios. Let's be clear. You're talking about a publisher, not a developer. No. Oh, scene from the show. That's your prize. That's what you unlock.
That's our getting copyright flagged on YouTube, probably.
What was Lord Kitchener's role in World War One?
What was it?
In World War One or something.
You know, actually, no, I don't care. That's actually all right. I just decided we don't need to deal with a copyright strike. We don't need to deal with the BBC for this. That's gonna do it. That's Little Britain. There's I know we're missing out. I know it's not an exhaustive look at all the mini games included here, but you're welcome. is all I'll say to that. Let me read one more message from the chat, just because there's a question here from ProStriker92. To Cass or Charky, what is the most offensive game you ever played? It's gonna be like Zog's Nightmare, Ethnic Cleansing. Like, there's straight up just like racist games out there, you know. Like, so you can't really like beat those. Like, it's the same thing. Like, whenever you talk about what the worst game of all time is, it's probably one that's literally made by like white supremacist groups, right? It's probably one of those. So that's just a question that is always gonna have the same answer, like across the board.
Like, I've not played those games, and like I try to avoid playing things in the you have, this has been your job to play like the shittiest stuff. I've gotten into this like more recently, so probably for me most offensive, Postal 2, I guess.
Yeah, especially with Milo Yiannopoulos around, where it offends my sensibilities to have to give money to like pedophiles and have them in your game. But that's a whole other kettle of fish. That's absolutely not a game we're playing on this stream anytime soon, by the way.
Nope.
Or writing about on the site, because I don't touch that shit, any of that shit with a 10-foot pole. But hey, that was the show. This was a great comedy stream. We really got through. The jokes, boy howdy, they were a laugh a minute as we played these games. Thank you. What's the deal?
Crowd fucking loves it. Holy shit. Thank you.
So I do want to, we should have some sort of conclusion on this one, I think, with all said and done, and that is that when you build a game around a comedian, regardless of whether they're funny or not, it's never going to translate. The worst kind of comedy is bad comedy. The worst kind of game is a bad comedy game. When your game is supposed to be a laugh-minute joke fest and it fails on that count, you have a recipe, boy howdy, for like some of the worst game imaginable. So many of these the best ones would be like the Three Stooges game, which is already not great, right? But you can tell like it was made with some amount of love and appreciation for the Stooges. I think the classic comedy games generally tended to fare better on this one, just because like the people who were making them had to be fans. Like to be pulling something out of like, you know, like century-old like comedy bits, you have to have like some amount of appreciation for that and like actually want to make a good game. And you might stumble and fail in that pursuit, but at least like you put your right foot forward on that one. The Charlie Chaplin game, barely a video game, but boy howdy, like you could tell those people love Charlie Chaplin. They wanted to pay homage to all those movies. But yeah, when it comes to shit like, you know, Dennis Miller As News to Me, or like some of the more contemporaneous ones, A Fork in the Tail, you can really tell these games were made just for the paycheck, that these people signed their names to it just because of the paycheck, that these, you know, Dennis Miller did not care about how his 3DO game did. He did not care about sales-wise, or like, you know, presentation-wise. He did not care about what it did for his image. He cared about like the signing bonus. He cared about the contract that was offered to him for it. You know, so like I think a better comedy game, a proper comedy game, would have some amount of input from the creator. If it's one that you're dealing with like a contemporaneous modern comedian, that maybe they have some sort of say on it. I mean, that's how you get Takeshi's Castle, or Takeshi's Challenge on the Famicom, I guess. You know, according to the lore, according to the rumor that Takeshi was directly involved in production in that game. And I know we didn't play that one tonight. I played the other one instead for 2 minutes that we couldn't actually get through because of the translation issue. But, you know, Takeshi's Challenge would be like, I guess it could have fit under this bill. Beat Takeshi was a comedian.
What stream was it that we did Takeshi's Challenge?
I can't remember. If you check the YouTube...
Bakage?
Yeah, okay, that's it. It was Bakage. It was Stupid Game stream. Yeah. So that... But yeah, check it out there. And one of these days we'll give a more in-depth look at Takeshi's Challenge, just because it's a whole thing. I'm very fascinated by that game. As for the games today that we played, most of these can go directly into the landfill. Wacky World of Miniature Golf was probably the highlight, right? In terms of like, you know, it had like the most effort put into it, for sure. Yeah. Like between all the animations and stuff, and like the inspired theming of these mini golf courses of these holes. Like there was something to that. The one I'm most curious to look into more is the Matsumura Kunihiro game, that busted ass fighting game on the SNES, just because I'm so compelled to figure out if there's any way to actually play that, if there's any way to actually get through that, aside from just mashing buttons and hoping for the best. But yeah, comedy games, not even once. You have any conclusions? You have any closing thoughts before we do our raid?
Fuck jokes.
On that wonderful note, on that inspiring message, let's see who is streaming at the moment. What are you playing, Sasquatulus?
I think she's playing plug-and-play consoles today.
Okay, that's perfect. Go check out some plug-and-plays. Go check out Sasquatulus. Go check out, hopefully, something more entertaining than any of these games that we presented here today. I hope the stream itself was entertaining. I hope we carried it, to some extent. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. This has been the Bad Game Hall of Fame. I've been Cass. I'm joined by Charkie. And we'll be back again with something bad, presumably. We always do. We always come equipped with that. And tonight was especially dire.
Yeah.
So, bye.
The aristocrats.